Hey everybody, and welcome to a truly impressive wild ride with Steve-O. I'll tell you, this world is full of people who have a dream to work in the film industry, making movies. Very few of them accomplish that dream, and far fewer still have the industry approach them because they are that talented. And this week's guest is that talented. He's an icon of hip hop and film and TV. The guy's on fire, so let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, the RZA. Yeah, dude.
In the building, bong bong.
Hell yeah. I would like you to meet my co-host, Scott Randolph.
What's going down?
What up, Scott? What you doing with that microphone?
what do you mean? I should put my hand down, huh?
Yeah. Well, hey, man, thank you so much. What an honor. I feel like we met once before at someplace on the Sunset Strip, and I came up to you and I said, hey, man, I just want to acknowledge that incident when we were at Rock the Bells, and I got naked on stage.
Wait, hold on. Hey, Steve, wait, no, stop.
Yeah.
If you're going to tell that story, I got to tell it.
Okay, please do.
No, so, of course, everybody knows Jackass. They know the series, the movies, right? And I even had a chance to had a few drinks with Johnny Knoxville, some other movie he did. I went to the premiere and some friends and all that. But I never really met no other guys from the team. Rock the Bells, 2005 or 6, whatever year that was, 2006. You were there, and you was already friends with Method Man.
Yep.
Correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I guess you had a conversation with Meth. I kind of sat down with you there, was in the hotel place, whatever lobby, we was all talking shit. And you asked Meth, you would like to do a special tribute thing for ODB. And Meth was like, sound cool to me, talk to the Abbey. And I was like, yo, I said, yeah, yo, sound cool. You're a funny motherfucker, you do shit. You specifically said, I want to do something that I never did before. And I was like, okay, that's shit. Okay, that might be some shit. I don't know what it's going to be, but I was looking forward to what it would be. And so, look, we kind of gave some of the Wu members, I kind of like, yo, before we do the ODB song, my man Steve-O gonna come out and do it. Yeah, everybody was like, cool. It's all cool. But nobody knew what you was going to do. Now, there's a lot of words we could use to describe you, right? We could say bananas, off the chain, bonkers, zany, right? Some could say crazy, outlandish, you know what I mean? Inspirational, bold. We could keep going, right? And I think we had all these words. But before the night ended, there was one word that I know that you wasn't, and I'm going to get to that, right? But so anyway, so now we get on stage, and, we're about to throw the song on Shimmy Shimmy Y'all, which is the ODB tribute. I'm like, hold on, wait. My man Steve-O's going to come out here, and he's going to do something to represent ODB. And Steve-O goes in front of the whole crowd, about 10,000 motherfuckers. Takes it, and he did it so fast you couldn't stop him. Let's just be clear, right? He gets butt-ass naked on the stage. And then does a backflip. Bam. And everybody's like, oh, shit.
Well, it was actually, I flipped my wiener and my balls back and forth, and then I caught it in a mangina. And holding the mangina position, I did a backflip.
Okay. I missed that. I didn't want to get to all the details. But, yeah, that's what you did. And, I mean, you know what? That was funny. That was crazy. Wrong venue.
Yeah. The problem was that ODB's mom was there.
Yeah.
She was on the stage.
And what happened, exactly, his mom was there. And plus, look, the Wu is seriously testosterone aggressive guys. You know that, right? And so the thing that I learned that day about you, right? And I don't know if this is gonna be offensive or not, okay? But
That's fine, dude.
Real. The thing I learned, I said, you know what? He could be all those words I named earlier, but he ain't stupid. He ain't stupid. And what I mean by that, because yo, when we thought it was all done, and a few of us laughed, and some people had their mouth and ODB Miles was kind of like, what the fuck was that? All of a sudden, Steve-O was brought back to the stage by Raekwon.
Yeah, I was still on the stage, and everyone was having a great time, shimmy ya. And I think Raekwon stopped the music, and he grabbed me by the neck, and he says, "Yo, I don't appreciate what you just did," and he says, "I'm ready to knock you out in front of all these people. I'm ready to go to jail.
Go to jail.
You're gonna apologize right now." And you never saw me apologize faster. I said, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm saying. And when Raekwon said it, right, he said it, and he had you, like that. He said, I'm ready to go to jail. Then he kissed his hand, like yo,
yeah.
When the black dude kissed his hand, like, that means, like, motherfucker, I'm ready to die right now.
Right.
And so, and you know what, though? Now, I know that, like I said, I know your work. I'm like, man, this dude does mad shit. Is he gonna take this punch? That was you know what I mean? But I said, if he take this punch, he's stupid. Right? It ain't funny, it ain't crazy, it ain't bonkers. And that would be foolishness. Like, not even foolish. And you was like, nah, you apologize. You know what I mean?
I actually saw the footage of the event recently, because it was on camera. And what I said, hey, I'm sorry very quickly. And I said, I didn't mean any disrespect. I love ODB. And that was meant to be respectful. Something like that, And it really was.
Yeah, no, it ended up good, and the party went on and shit. And then you see me.
Well, the party went on for you guys. The party went on for you guys. I had like a team of security to come and tell me, hey, it is not safe for you to stay here. You're going to come with us. And they ushered us out of there.
Do you remember what you did after? Were you like, dude, did you go to a bar after and you were like, what
I
the
don't know.
fuck?
I was so drunk at the time. This was previous to me getting sober. And I think when I met you, I think I had become sober, and I came up to you and I said, hey, I want to acknowledge that incident, and I just remember you being so warm and friendly to me. You said, hey, man, it wasn't anything. And that meant a lot, man. It meant a lot to me.
Well, look, I said, I'm a fan of your work, and I know that your way of expressing art is your way, you know what I mean? And as artists, we all find different ways to do it, and you did it. You did it your way. People still copying your way. Other people have picked up the trend, and they finding ways. I just finished watching. Tyler, the Creator, has his new album out. Right?
Yeah,
pretty cool album too. He actually sampled a song from the Gravediggers, one of my tracks on the album, which is pretty interesting as well. But you remember that when his career started, in his videos, he was doing crazy things.
For sure.
Eating ends. But I think Jackass is the inspiration to culture of that. And even after that, I think we got things that came off it, ridiculous and rawness and all that. But you guys pioneered something. You know what I mean? The wasabi. What's it? The wasabi.
Snooters.
It's like so many different things. And it was just like, yo, it's your art. And so when I seen you later on, I'm like, hold on, bro. Look, my art hopefully is appreciated, non-offensive, but thought-provoking.
Sure.
But inspirational in a way. It could inspire whatever emotion it inspires, whether it's comedy, whether it's anger, whether it's appreciation. That's what art is for. You know what I mean? And so as an artist to artist, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, cool. Yo, I know you wasn't up there trying to disrespect us. Look, now to be honest with you, if I knew you was gonna take your dick, twist it into your legs, and do all that, I would have like, nah, let's come up with something else. I would have coached you through that, but I didn't know what you was going to do. You know what I mean? Did you know what you were going to do all along?
Yeah, I knew what I was going to do, and I think if I didn't tell you, I remember I told Meth before the show started. I told him I was going to do that, and at first he was cool. He said, "Yeah, man, that's great," and then he came up to me again before you guys went on stage. He said, "Hey, man, if you do that, it's like someone's gonna knock you out." And I was all drunk, and I said, "Dude, Let him knock me out, man. ODB would love that. I mean, and who knows, man? Maybe he might have.
But you sobered up,
I
Steve-O.
did,
You
man.
sobered up that. No, I mean sobered up now in real life.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You
It's been
sobered up that moment when Raekwon kicked his fucking fingers.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. It was just a different time. It was a crazy time, and you know, we were talking to Meth on this show, and I remember, you know, it's very healing for me to be able to talk to you guys, man. And I do have a pretty cool history with Meth, and I also have a rich history of being butt ass naked and feeling good when I look good. And if you thought that I was a master at manscaping before, let me tell you what I did last month. I invited hundreds of guys to show up with pubic hair and shavers. And after using well over 100 shavers that day, I can tell you definitively that Manscaped makes by far the best men's grooming products on the market. And their Lawnmower 4.0 is the biggest pleasure of all to use. Man, it is great, and I want you to try it because summer's here and it's time for you to look good. So go to manscaped.com/Stevo, and that's going to get you 20% off your order plus free shipping. I'm telling you, too many guys out there are not grooming, and if you're one of them, it's time to go to manscaped.com/Stevo to get the best men's grooming products on the market at 20% off plus free shipping. So do it now, and let's get back to Meth. You know, going back to when we had him on Wild Boys, when he and I got together, did different fun little stuff. Like one time he rolled a blunt and he threw it across his hotel room, and I caught it in my mouth, but I caught it backwards with the cherry on my lips, and I didn't care. I wasn't going to drop that blunt, man. This was my shot, you know? So I caught it, but it burned my lip, and then I said to Meth, I said, yo, dude, do I look like I have herpes? And we're just laughing. Like, I never even put that video out, but it's just cool, man. It's healing. And I appreciate everything you said. You know, I do take the art like pretty seriously, man, and I really connected with what you said about being non-offensive, you know, because as reckless, as self-destructive, you know, as fucking crazy as Jackass has always been, it's never been mean-spirited, man. It's been like, in a weird way, it's been actually pretty wholesome, you know, like we do hard shit to ourselves and to each other, but we have profound respect for everybody else, you know, and we're just not mean spirited, and we're here to uplift people, and I think that we have that in common, man.
We definitely do. You know, like I said, you know, watching some of y'all work, and even to just get the trailer of your movie sometimes. I just remember that when Jackass 2 trailer came out, and it just made me laugh, made me smile. Like, these motherfuckers are crazy. But the idea of that, if they could send a tingle up a man's spine and he could get a smile out of it, you know what I mean? That's the joy of it. You know what I mean? And so for me, if I drop a track and my track makes you want to move and it tingles up in your spine, and you're like, yo, that's my shit. We're doing our job, yo, because we're building up that serotonin. We're building up that dopamine in a healthy way inside people's bodies, man.
Now let me drop a bomb on you, dude. We got another trailer. We got a whole new Jackass movie, Jackass 4, and the trailer's dropping this month, and the movie's coming out in October. And what else is crazy too? You mentioned Tyler, the Creator, and how a lot of his stuff was inspired by Jackass. Well, the production company that made Jackass made a TV show with Tyler and his crew called Loiter Squad. And one of the guys from Loiter Squad is a full-fledged new Jackass cast member, this kid Jasper Dolphin.
Oh, wow. That's great, man.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, and we got Tyler in the movie, Tyler the Creator. Wow. It's pretty crazy, man, because we're old. You know, we're properly, like, some of us are past 50. I just turned 47. It doesn't make any fucking sense, man. It doesn't make any fucking sense for us to still be doing this. And what's crazy to me, it really blows my mind, is that at this age, which I never thought I would live to, I am thriving, man. And it's crazy. Like, you're even just a little bit older than I am. And, dude, both of us like it feels like we have not even peaked yet, and we've got this legacy, man, that we've built. We've got this like crazy career, and it just we keep building on it, you know, getting higher and
Yeah.
higher. And you know, I want to ask you something, going back to the beginning of Wu Tang, because you put it all together. You were the producer, the the architect, you built it. And there's something from a business perspective. You did the first two Wu Tang albums, and then it just turned into a bunch of solo albums. You got ODB's album, Raekwon, Method Man, like all these solo albums. But the deal with Wu Tang was structured that those solo albums could happen on any label whatsoever, right? And isn't that kind of rare?
That was revolutionary at that time. And I think, look, it was logical for us, right? And for me as a businessman, knowing that if you try to make everything come out of the same faucet, what happens if that faucet get clogged up? Nothing's going to come out. You know what I mean? So I had to make sure there was multiple outlets for the product and for the energy. One, because it was a big family, right? The way the industry works, it would have been one album a year probably. But if you go and look at 1995, I think it was 4 albums in 1 year, and all 4 ended up being platinum albums. You know what I mean? And it not only helped hip hop grow as a whole, it helped the individual Wu-Tang members grow. It helped business grow. It inspired multiple people, because look at the RZA album. He was inspiring all the kids in college, you know what I mean? And having a skateboard crowd into Wu-Tang. ODB basically was to me, he was the dirty South of hip hop, like before Dirty South. He was the old dirty bastard. And he was the one that actually helped us kind of get into the Southern hip hop world, because he was so unique and so attractive in his way. Method Man had the Tikal album, which we got a Grammy for, and ended up bringing women and children. And then Raekwon and Ghostface had Only Built for Cuban Links, which was all the gangsters, right? So every field was covered. And we wanted to, me as a strategist at that time, I was studying the book called The Art of War by Sun Tzu, and another book that's not as popular called The 36 Stratagems. And I just knew that I had to utilize those ideas into my business tactics in order to, to spread the Wu-Tang vibe faster, stronger, have multiple companies pushing the same energy, and it worked.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was listening.
And you produce every album.
Yeah, I produced all those albums I just named, yeah.
Everybody's celebrating, having a good time, and you're just locked in the basement, just
locked
stinking.
In. I was locked in the basement, Steve-O, for like 3 years. I didn't even know I was rich. No, seriously, I didn't realize it until like almost 3.5 years later, when it was just like I had money I could blow money. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, yo, you know what I mean? Sitting on hills.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know it. Then of course my character Bobby Digital is born, and I'm fucking renting, penthouse suites and shit, and having a whole bunch of homies drink 40 ounces and just living that life. And that's what led to that Bobby Digital character, which I will honestly say I lost myself a little bit there. You were saying like how right now you live in a sober life. I'm also living a sober life. I drink, but that's it. Not even weed or nothing. I kind of put all that away. But I was lost in a little tunnel. It wasn't publicly known, but it's just like I just let myself get loose and got infatuated by the party, the drug, the sex, the women, and all that. And it almost took me away from who I could be. You know what I mean? But I had a chance to pause. I got a good wife, and I got a chance to pause. I paused early though, mind you. Like, I only stayed in that chamber for a little while, but I saw it and I was like, oh shit, this is not where I'm supposed to be.
So that's why you got a new album. It's Rakim versus Bobby Digital.
Oh no, y'all got the new album is Bobby Digital versus the RZA.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. which is, me basically still lyrically thinking of what would Bobby Digital be saying lyrically, what would the RZA be saying lyrically, right? And both being two personalities of hip hop. And let me just be clear to you and your brother here and all the people that check out the podcast. I'm not schizophrenia. Okay, let's just be clear. All right, I'm an artist, and I just find different ways to express myself, whether I'm in front of the camera, behind the camera, rhyming on the mic in a way that's spiritually uplifting, or rhyming on the mic in a way that's going to eat another MC's fucking head off. You know what I mean? These are all this artistic personalities that I've compartmentalized in myself, to be honest with you, and I'm able to just dab into them. And this particular project is called Bobby Digital versus the RZA, where you get those two energies bouncing off each other.
I like it, man. So I'm just like checking out, and I said, down in the basement stinking, because like every different thing I saw which referenced that period of your life, like 1995, there was a reference in each source to like my underarms were stinking. Like I was, because you literally just didn't leave the basement. And and I love that too, man. Just that workaholism, man. I think like you gotta hustle, man. And go ahead.
Do you mind? I was listening to something before I got here, and it was talking about you took a lot of walks and you thought a lot and you did all these things. It was really kind of specific about that. Like you spent a lot of time with yourself, and how much of that.
And it actually, like, taking a lot of walks and thinking about religion and spirituality was the reference.
Yeah, and then after that came like this new way of doing contracts. It came this kind of like, I'm going to put these people together. I'm going to do this. How much of that like was meditation? Because then after you figured that out, now you're in the producing, and you're not leaving the basement for like that's like a vision that you had that you couldn't stop until it was finished. How much of that was like meditation, kind of like the spiritual aspect of it, just to kind of reinvent the whole way everything's done, if that makes sense?
It could have made a lot more sense, Scott, if I'm honest. But don't worry, everybody, because RZA is going to handle this like a champ. His answer is epic. But first, let me tell you about these crazy cans of water which are showing up everywhere that look like tall boys of beer. It's called Liquid Death. And why am I so passionate about it? Well, as part of my bid to lose weight and get healthier, I've been drinking a lot more water, and it turns out that's super good for you. But why is it called Liquid Death? It doesn't just murder your thirst. These infinitely recyclable tall boy cans are bringing death to the plastic industry. That's right, we're saving the world over here, folks. And I don't know if you're really drinking enough water, but I'm darn well drinking way more lately, and I'm feeling better. So, are you going to get on the Liquid Death train? Because I think you should. And if you go to liquiddeath.com/Stevo, you'll get a free set of koozies with your first order of any case. They got the still mountain spring water. They got the sparkling. And I'm telling you, this is a lifestyle that I'm fully behind. So, are you going to go to liquiddeath.com/Stevo right now to get that free set of koozies with your first order of any case of mountain spring water or sparkling? I think you should. I think you should do it right now. But first, let's have RZA save Scott from his terrible question.
I mean, all of it was meditation, brother. I always say meditation is better than medication.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
What kind of meditation do you do?
Well, walking is my favorite form of meditation.
All right.
There was a great Indian monk named Bodhidharma who, his common name is Damo, who walked, according to the story or the legend, he walked from India to China. You know what I mean? And when he got there, before he got there, it was only a couple of hundred temples in China that dealt with Buddhism. But after he got there and spread his message, thousands of temples sprung up, and the culture itself evolved. And then those same temples, some migrated to Japan, and we call it Zen. So Bodhidharma is the father of Zen. And Zen means that anybody could get the enlightenment immediately. You could get it from looking at a stone. You could get it from taking a walk. You could get it from sitting in the lotus position. You could get it from drinking alcohol. You could get it from sex, right? Because it's in a total awareness of yourself and everything else. Most people are not even aware of themselves, right? To give a simple thing, there's a great documentary on that's on Netflix right now that I advise people to watch. It's called The World Within. I was always using some of these ideas when I would talk to people. I may tell somebody, listen, man, you got, 60, 70,000, miles of blood vessels in your body. Okay? So if you take that along with the respiratory system, you'll get about 100,000 miles of blood vessels in your own body. That means you could wrap yourself around the earth about 4 times in your own body. And yet, every time, every minute, right, the blood done traveled all that distance. You're traveling faster than any aircraft we made. It's happening inside you, but you're not aware of it, right? Not aware of the nuclear reactor in you, right? Just how the sperm and the egg collided, right? And the sperm only has one molecule of air in it, but that one molecule causes a combustion and mixed with the organic blood. And from these 2 cells, now you have trillions and trillions of cells. Imagine taking $2, right, and putting it on something, and it turns into 77 trillion.
Dude, okay? I love it, man. I love it. Now,
well, anyway, I am with this. The point I'm saying is that contemplation on self, that contemplation on where you want to be, right, ahead of time, right? If you could keep the willpower and the dedication and consistency and persistency towards it, you can get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, is like most people don't spend time with themselves enough to realize like what's really going on. And I think that's different with you, and like why all these things happen was because you spend a lot of time with yourself and you're like, fuck it, I got a goal. There's a quote saying like, hey, look, I'm driving the bus, you guys just get on, don't ask me where I'm going, but I'll get you there.
Yeah.
Kind of, I like
that. That's what I called the Wu-Tang brothers. Yeah.
Yo, RZA, I got a streak going 557 straight days, averaging 41 minutes of meditation every day, totaling 381 hours since December of 2019. And it changed my life, man. The mantra-based meditation, like people do that, they're disciplined with it, and shit changes, man. Your shit kind of comes together. So I feel strongly about meditation, man. I feel real strongly about it. And I want to know, too, because he's saying, oh, how much does spirituality affect me? I want to know, how much does Kung Fu? Kung Fu is everything, right? Like the Wu-Tang is Kung Fu, the movies. And, like, I want to know about Kung Fu. And I also want to know, with your love for Kung Fu, do you like mixed martial arts? Like, are you a guy who watches the UFC fights?
Of course, I love mixed martial arts. That's one of my favorite things, is to be hanging out with my seafood, and we sit there and we watch the fights.
Dude.
He also, I mean, of course, MMA, but he don't care. MMA, K1, you know what I mean? Now they got the bare knuckles.
Yeah.
Watching those?
Yeah. BFC or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, look, because, bodies in motion is always stimulating. Whether it's a gymnast, a track runner, a swimmer, bodies in motion, something beautiful about man conquering the nature of an element or the nature of each other. Something beautiful about that. And we always are attracted to that. Kung Fu is a great part of my life. You know what I mean? Whether it's physical or spiritual, mental or emotional. So that's a big equation right there, Steve-O, the emotional part of ourselves. How do you deal with that type of Kung Fu? That helped me a lot in understanding that even the emotion, right? I looked at the word and I was like, emotion. Okay, something is moving.
Wow.
But I can't see it. But something is moving. So how do I move it faster or slow it down or control the direction of it? You know what I mean? So I started thinking about that. And I learned that music can do it. And so this is why you listen to Method Man. He's like, and Inspector Deck, one of the lyrics is, Wu-Tang be attacking your emotions, hit you from every angle and form a circle. That was part of our energy, was to, you know, you listen to a song like Tears, right? And yet it's a hip hop song, or a song like Cream, shall I say. Cream was a love song, right? And here we are turning the love song to a crime song, right? You listen to a song like Gladys Knight's Can It Be So Simple? And whereas he sung about memories in the sky and all this, Ghost is talking about, I started off on the island, AK Shaolin, gunshots and shit. So you're pitting you, so it's a jux of energy and emotions, you know what I mean? And then we still don't forget to say, Method Man becoming with METHOD man, which is to keep you up and bouncing, but still bang, a Wu-Tang slug hits your brain, JUMP jump. Like it's all this, it's these emotions. Knowing that and understanding that it's a kung fu. And I would advise, you know, people who meditate to play with the movement of your emotion. One thing I do, I'll give you a quick exercise if you ever want to get into this. And you may laugh at this or not, but I'll put on a song so gut-wrenching. Right, there's this song that Stevie Wonder made, Blame It on the Sun. And when I play this song, it fucking gets me almost ready to cut my wrist. Because it's just, he just goes, where's my heart? Where's my love? And he's lost it. He can't find it. He blamed it on the sun. He blamed it on the trees. Because I blamed it on the day that ended much too soon. A day never ends differently. It's just a day. But he blamed it as if he didn't have enough time in that day, right? And then after I get down like that, there's a song by this artist called Sizzler, a reggae artist called Solid as a Rock. I'll play that afterwards, right? And he goes in, you can't stop me now. Even if they put up roadblocks, they send cops, whatever they do, you can't stop me. You know what I mean? And I put those two juts, you know what I mean? And my emotions go from there to there. And then after I finish that little point of my energy, it helps my day. I may start off with spa meditation music, right, and end up with a like I said, with a Drake song, a Tyler the Creator song, a Baby song, or just a RZA beat. And that's another good form of training your emotions and moving your emotions, so that now when the emotion does hit you, based on somebody else's wave, because it's just a wave. When that wave hits you because somebody else came angry or somebody was sad or your kid hurt his arm or whatever, you now understand the movement and you could deal with it calmly.
You know what you're describing right now, especially with the taking a love song and making it a crime song, that feels to me like maybe the inspiration for why when you come out on tour again, starting real soon, you're performing with an orchestra. You got Wu-Tang, and what's the orchestra?
Right now, we're going to use the Colorado. Well, each city would be the orchestra of that city, so this would be the Colorado Symphony.
I mean, that's epic. I mean, that's epic,
Thank
dude.
you.
I don't know. I know Metallica did some shit with an orchestra, which was kind of cool. But I like that's cool, man.
That's fun. I mean, you know, just expanding our music. You know, I mean, it's like you said earlier. You said that we continue to build our brands and we continue to still be here and to continue to thrive. Right? It's because we are artists, and art is a waveform, and we know how to adapt our art. So here I am. I'm on a wild ride with you, but we sitting still.
Yeah, dude. Dude, big time. So, like, and we've been talking about music the whole time, but like with the movies, you started out like you didn't. You had the one guy come to you about, hey, I want you to make. The movie was called Ghost, and this guy came to you.
Oh yeah, Jim Jarmusch. Yeah, Ghost Dog.
He wanted you to compose music for the movie. You didn't really have the idea to make him work on movies. So he came to you, but you had a relationship with Quincy Jones. And you said, hey, let me. So you've got a mentor in Quincy Jones, and a guy comes to you about working on a movie. Like, it just came together.
Yeah.
And then after that, you got Quentin Tarantino comes to you about like you're not even doing shit. It's coming to you.
Right.
And these are your mentors. Your mentors are Quincy Jones and Quentin Tarantino. That's
Yeah.
badass.
That's respect, you know. And I thank those gentlemen for, you know, for not just, I mean, not only mentoring me, because they, you know, those are men who are gracious with their wisdom, you know what I mean? And it inspired me to be gracious with my wisdom. You know, there's a buddy of mine, he's about to direct his second movie. And it's because one day he was at my house and he asked me, you know, how do I get into the movie business? I said, oh, well, I was mentored by Quentin Tarantino, right?
It's that easy.
He was like, wow, could you mentor me? And I gave him some wisdom, and he ended up doing his first movie, and now he's on his second movie. And the point is, you know, each one teach one. You know, of course, it's a blessing to talk to a great guy like Quincy Jones. You know, Isaac Hayes also spent about 3 years with him. Of course, Jim Jarmusch, John Woo. You know, these are all great men. And, you know, still sharp and still. You know what I mean? And the things that they've taught me, you know, first I have to be patient and be receptive to it. And then the beauty of it, there's something they was also learning something from me, right? So no egos is there. So they was cool to learn about the vibe that I was bringing to the world at the time. Because remember, the Woo vibe was new to the world, you know what I mean? And the package we put it in. And so they was cool to pick up on that wisdom. And so each one teach one, you know?
Yeah, I think what we say is we keep what we have by giving it away. That's
I like that.
yeah,
Cool.
I like that.
That's a good one, man. So, and now, I mean, it's pretty incredible how on fire you are at this time, and with the Showtime series and the Hulu series. I mean, I can't even. I guess like you know who did it? OJ did it. He had the fucking you know
What the fuck?
OJ Simpson. There was the People versus OJ Simpson with the actors recreating the whole story, and it was scripted. And then they had the 5-part ESPN series, which was the actual documentary with no acting, and they both at the same time had this like rebirth of the OJ story.
Good. You pulled yourself out of that one. That was good.
What is it's but now the Wu
But
Tang.
I'm not gonna hurt nobody. I'm not gonna be this way. I'm not gonna use no gloves.
Right, but
I know what you mean. Yeah,
it's a big deal. You got the scripted series and you got the real documentary series, both at the same time. It brings about this incredible like heyday of the Wu-Tang Clan, like this like pinnacle of fucking popularity, and then now the Hulu series, which is the one with the actors, right, is coming out with season 2.
Yeah.
I mean that's insane. And is that something that like as a film producer and a director, like are you behind the scenes making all that happen?
Yeah, what happened to me, right, was I don't think I ever shared this piece of information, so I'll try to paraphrase it and I'll be careful how I share it. But there did come a point that even though I was having success, I saw that the Wu vibe was dwindling, right? To me, it was dwindling out of hip hop and dwindling out of culture. And I saw other people telling the story about hip hop, and they was kind of brushing over Wu a little bit. You know what I mean? There was a couple of documentaries that came out, and I was like, yo, wait a minute. They didn't, you know, they may have gave 2 minutes to Wu and 7-8 minutes to other dudes that learned from Wu. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, you can't leave out Jimi Hendrix when you're going to talk about the guitar. You know what I mean? So I felt a little like it was being left out. And I said, well, we're also inactive, out of sight, out of mind. And so I just consciously thought about it. And at the end, I was fortunate that Brian Grazer from Imagine, he had put me on a TV show called Gang Related. And during that process of that show, we became more familiar with each other. And he read my book, The Tao of Wu. And he told me later that he met ODB and he loved ODB. right? But ODB was already passed by the time my book came out. But anyway, he read the book and he optioned the rights to that book. And then we talked about developing it to something we didn't know what. And then when the idea, when the revelation came to me that way, the Wu is being dwindled out of culture a little bit because of our inactivity. We gotta, and nobody can tell our story like us. I said, well, let me now take my position and start telling the story through a new outlet, which is through docuseries and through scripted series. You know what I mean? And that's not an easy thing to do, of course, right? You gotta, I mean, you know, you're talking about somebody going to go spend $100 million on your idea now. You know what I mean? But the thing about Wu-Tang that I think made it work for Imagine and Hulu is that Wu-Tang is an American saga. Within that Wu-Tang universe, you got the whole community. You know what I mean? It's like, and through our relations, right? Whether it's not just the relations of the Wu-Tang clan with each other, but the relation of the Wu-Tang clan with the world. So Method Man, as you see, if you ever watch the series, he's in Long Island, and he's an athlete, but he's not a basketball player. You know what I mean? He's playing what's the
lacrosse?
the one you gotta, huh?
Lacrosse?
He's playing lacrosse.
Yeah,
right?
I did.
No, serious. Like Method Man played lacrosse. That's right. That's something that's not considered Black urban, but that's part of America, right? RZA goes down to a farm in North Carolina, and by me going out to that farm, I saw further than my projects. Oh, my mother working for the Italians on Staten Island. That's a whole nother relationship right there. You know what I mean? The police are friends with us, but yet dangerous to us. That's a whole, so all these different tentacles of the Wu makes it an American story. You can't find this story in no other part of the world, in all reality. It takes America to produce something like Wu-Tang Clan, which is a melding of cultures from Asia, India, Black, white, Spanish, all that energy is all melded into us. You know what I mean? And they saw the potential of that, and I had a great partner named Alex C. as a writer, and we sat there and we wrote it. You know, we wrote the first 3 episodes ourselves. Sat there and we wrote it. We wrote it just to share this with you, and I hope this inspire one of your listeners. We wrote it without money. We just wrote it. We agreed to write it, and we wrote it. So the one thing that most people overlook when it comes to art and creativity and business is that you have to create it in order to have it to make it have a so-called apparent value. Some people want to wait to get a check and then do it, right? Even Wu-Tang Clan itself, that first album, it's just guys coming to my house making music, okay? Yeah. It wasn't nobody paid you. Nobody paid you to be there. You came there and you created. And so Picasso, he painted it. After the painting is finished, the value is put on it. But it's not no value on it until you finish it. You know what I mean? And so we took the initiative to write the first 3. And by the time we got the green light, we was well prepared. And we just built from there. And here we are on season 2, which I'm excited. On season 2, we also sat down and wrote the first pilot episode, or first launch episode, the same team. I'm really proud of this season. I think we're going to tell the story of an artistic band like Wu-Tang in a way that so far hasn't been done in the music genre, I mean, there's some great ones out there, but I think we do a little cool swag that only Wu could do it that way. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
There, so we got season 2 coming out on Hulu. We got Bobby Digital versus the RZA. That's just coming out everywhere music is sold and streamed.
Yep.
The Kung Fu Theater.
Kung Fu Theater.
Yeah, that's out now. So my single is called Saturday Afternoon Kung Fu Theater. You can go ahead and stream that if you guys want to get some good energy into you. And the whole album will be out, I think, August 6th. We put the whole album out. And then the Woo will be hitting fucking the Red Rocks. Have you ever been to Red Rocks?
I haven't, man.
Yeah, we drove by it when we were looking at houses, dude. Over in Colorado, right?
Right, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's a legendary music venue.
That's legendary.
That
you gotta
is
pop in there one day, yo. Even I don't know, but even you wanna
Yeah, I'll tell you
even
what,
when pop in
man.
on us, you can pop in.
Yeah, dude,
Just
I'll
no
come. I'll
black
come.
lips.
Don't do any special surprises for anybody.
Not with the orchestra.
I'll do some different shit, man. I'll set myself on fire. That's cool, right?
That's kind of cool.
Right on, man. Now what else, man? Can we let people know about? Like, you got social media? We want to get people on there.
No, it's enough. I mean, you can check me out. I guess I'm not a go-to. I don't promote well. I'll tell you that. I don't promote well. But I am at RZA. Right? Yeah, I'm at RZA.
I'm gonna get on there, man.
On all that shit.
Can I ask your advice on something real quick if we have time?
Yeah.
Sure.
So Steve, he doesn't like me talking about it, but he had a rap career for like, I don't know, like a couple months. Right now we're doing a Redemption album, and we want to get this together. We've talked to Method Man, we talked to Logic, we talked to all these people that are like, dude, let me drop a track on it. We talked to T-Pain, everybody.
Let's back it up right here.
Wait, let me just ask my question, and then you can. My question is, if we were going to start a Redemption album,
you didn't even know what we're redeeming, okay? Back when I was on drugs, I was out of control, okay? I had this.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
It's all good. I had this harebrained idea. I said, "Oh man, wouldn't it be funny if I made a rap song?" So I made this rap song. I called it. It was called "Hard as a Rock," right? Which is kind of funny. It's like I'm a hard gangster guy, but I'm just like hard as a rock. Means like I got a boner. And it was you know, you don't want to mess with me. I'm hard as a rock, like, you know, like it was a funny one-time thing. I did it just for a laugh. It wasn't like there wasn't any money. I ended up going into this pitch meeting at Comedy Central, and I broke the ice in the meeting. I was pitching a TV show, but I broke the ice. I said, "Oh man, check out this rap song I made," and I played "Hard as a Rock." And the guy, the executive for Comedy Central, he said at the end of the meeting, he said, "I'll tell you, man, I don't give a fuck about the TV show you just tried to pitch me, but that rap song was hilarious, man. I think you should make a comedy gangster rap album." And so,
Wow.
So that was how it became a thing. Now I ended up with my lawyer at the time was the lawyer for Notorious B.I.G.'s estate, like Vernon Brown. He did the Cash Money. He's all up in the music.
I heard of Vernon.
Yeah, Vernon Brown. And I told Vernon Brown about this, and he said, "Oh man, fuck Comedy Central Records." He says, "I'm gonna get you on Universal Music Group." So
Wow.
yeah, so I went and met with like Sylvia Rohn and shit. You know, I fucking got a legit bona fide record deal with Universal Music Group to make "Hard as a Rock" the album. Right? And I was off to the races, man. I started recording tracks. I recorded a track with Be Real. I recorded a track with M.O.P., with Cool G Rap. Like, it was like kind of a who's who of this fucking...
Dang.
But the thing was, as I was doing it, I was also spinning out of control, like in a bad way. And the music that I was making wasn't particularly dope because I was just not like, you know, I wasn't okay. You know, I wasn't okay.
Right.
And it got to a point where I was so not okay with the drugs and alcohol, and I had to go to rehab and get sober and everything. And the whole album project went away. And it really represents the most embarrassing, like, worst chapter of my life. And I am looking to redeem that at this point. So Scott just jumped up and he's basically like, "Hey, he was trying to rap. We
I'm sorry, dude.
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna pass the mic back to you, Scott. But let me just say one thing about. So you basically start losing control. You was basically going to the studio just to party. After a while, right?
I would record, but it was dark, man. It was dark.
Yeah, it was dark.
Well.
I understand. I as an artist that spent some time in that world, I get you. And so now you kind of focus, you can see clear, and you're like, yo, should I go back and redeem myself and recreate that album? or
Yeah,
recreate an album.
yeah. I think. I mean, even if it was just a track, even if, but I think that in the headspace I'm at now, like, I got focus, I got hustle, and I got clarity.
Right.
And I don't know, man. I think I could make something kind of special. And everyone that
It's,
we've talked to has been pretty into the idea. So I don't know. I'll probably be in a studio before too long.
So my
nice.
question
But
is,
Scott, what was your question though? Oh, he had a question.
yeah, my question is, what do we start with first? Do we get the producer? Do we get the beat? Do we get the lyrics? Like, how do we get it going from start to finish?
I think you get agreements first because music is particularly crazy. You get all creative, you go down the track, and then with no
You
deal,
can't clear shit.
then you can't clear shit, and then you got it's just like fighting. You know, oh no. So I think you got to have agreements before you can even create, right?
Yeah, I mean, sadly, yes, but that's when you're looking to go grab everybody else to participate with you. If you're looking now, maybe let me just do my little RZA thing here. Maybe it ain't about having all those great artists and other artists part of what you're doing, right? Maybe this is what you're doing, not what they're doing, and they're not invited to the party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I say that to say that if you think about comedy albums, right?
Tenacious
Richard
D.
Pryor, Dave Chappelle, Red Fox. At one point, the biggest selling albums were comedy albums, right? Richard Pryor was a gold artist before he was a famous movie star and all that, right? You already a famous guy with movies and talks and pod and series, all that shit, right? How do you now think about, okay, I do want to do my rap, and whether you make it serious or make it comedy is up to you, right? Right, but if you're saying that you're making it on brand, you don't need a lot of motherfuckers. You do what you do, you know what I mean, and just do it. And then when it's done, right, you could be like, okay, this is what I got. Then say, you know what? It'd be funny if Method Man came on here. It'd be funny if Logic came on here. But you already have it.
That's
you know
a good call. I like that. Well, hey, man, I think, dude, I can't thank you enough, man. Like I said at the
My
beginning,
pleasure, man.
It's been very healing for me to talk to you. Man, I'd love to talk to Raekwon one day, man. Maybe I'm not asking you to ask him anything, but if you could reach out to the chef and just tell him, hey, I talked to Steve-O and he sent his best wishes and his respect. That would mean a lot to me. And
I could do that.
Nah, dude, thank you, man. And dude, like, just congratulations, man, on like you and me. We're up there, man, and we have not even fucking peaked yet, man.
Let's keep building, and I'll see you further down the road, Steve-O.
Hey,
it's been a pleasure, brother.
Thank you so much,
Nice to meet
RZA.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, dude. I told you, man, an impressive episode of Wild Ride with Steve-O. Man, there's so much crap going on right now. Like, my days are ridiculous. I mean, I'm going back out on tour with new bits, man. Oh, I hope you guys get to come see me on the bucket list tour. It's insane. And Jackass Forever, like, dude, it's all downhill from here. So, thanks for sticking around, man. I love you. Hey, everybody, and welcome to a helpless wild ride with Steve-O. This week's guest, Adam Friedland, is somebody who I was really, really determined to do everything I could to figure out who he really is. I wanted to have a sincere, honest conversation. I wanted to break through to the real guy. And man, I didn't get anywhere. In fact, I was outclassed the entire time. I mean, kudos to Adam Friedland because not only is he hilarious, but at what he does, he is arguably the greatest that there is. I got nothing but respect for the guy, as frustrating as I find him, and I find him frustrating. So this one's a weird one. I'm just gonna tell you, it's weird, and I am helpless the whole time. But for what it is, it's amazing. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, people of the universe, I bring to you Adam Friedland.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi,
dude.
There he is.
It's just me. I thought you guys were guests too.
No. We're
Oh
on the
my
show.
god, I feel like I'm getting grilled right now.
Well, you wouldn't have if you weren't so
that was just
goddamn
magic.
late.
What you just did.
Well, thank you.
Once the action was called, you just became. There are these stories of Kelsey Grammer on the set of Frasier.
Okay.
And apparently he got fucked up heavy.
On cocaine all the
on
time.
Cocaine, and opioids, and
Mm-hmm.
apparently he'd be like a zombie, and
Yeah.
they'd say actually he'd be like, Niles, I can't believe, he'd just transform.
Right.
He's a pro.
He's unreal.
Yeah.
He's had a terrible life. Do you know about that?
I don't.
Everyone he's ever loved has died tragically.
Yeah, really?
His sister was kidnapped and raped and murdered. I think his father was lost at sea.
That's not
Okay.
true.
I swear to God. Look it up.
He's looking it up right now.
Why would I talk? I would never lie
I think
about
you're talking about like
Mr. Fraser Crane. What are you talking about? He's what?
There's videos of
The
like
man is an
Keanu Reeves with
institution.
the same story, like sitting on a park bench, and there's memes of like his story
His
life.
two teenage
No,
half-brothers
that's
died in
what-
a scuba diving accident.
Scuba dive. Sorry, Lost at Sea. I think that's Lost at Sea.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
I'm
come
not-
in
I'm
and
not,
tell tales out of school. Lie about
Especially about Kelsey
my
Grammer.
favorite man.
Okay.
Have you seen that show before?
Yeah, of
Frasier.
course.
Yeah, of course.
Cheers.
Unbelievable.
I was more of a Cheers guy.
Honestly, I'm more of a Frasier guy.
Really?
The concept of two British brothers having a cop dad who can't walk good. That's good TV.
I went to a therapist one time, and he was like, "How
Gay.
depressed are you?" And
No,
I
just
was
kidding.
like, "Well, I'm on season 8 of Cheers in the last 7 days." He's like, "Oh my God, that's that bad."
Is that
I mean, it's not good.
you could just like Cheers?
No, you don't watch 8 seasons of Cheers in like 7 days.
That doesn't seem to me like it has any correlation to depression.
I think that
Binge-
sounded like a lie. That sounded like a lie.
Yeah,
Your
that-
therapist as a professional would never be like,
I think we have the
Yeah.
same therapist.
"You stink for watching a great
okay.
show."
So we're off to a
No,
terrible
no.
start.
Why every time we podcast together? No, every time I'm.
Right.
You think I'm horrible?
No. I don't think you're.
I was
horrible.
late.
I was.
Okay, let's
I was
contextualize.
frustrated. Yeah, contextualize. Before, you walked in, I was flustered because.
Well, you look great.
Well, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I was flustered because I've got my editor working remotely, and he failed to do something critical, which has compromised my entire schedule of
Your money though?
But yeah, I mean, yeah.
You took money out your pocket?
Yeah, he blew it, and that makes me mad.
Uh-huh.
And all of this going on while we're
Yeah.
waiting for you to show up, and we had you scheduled at 6.
I
and
thought
it's now
6:30. I swear to God, I
6:45.
apologize.
Yeah. So
Do you think that was like a big dick, the power broker kind of
Yeah.
art of the deal kind of move?
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that
really
we
think that
understood.
you accidentally think I'm like some sort of satanic force.
No.
You know,
I don't think that you're a satanic force. I think that our, albeit brief, relationship.
when you came and did the pod, you thought
Yeah.
Nick and I were like dickheads.
No.
We
no,
probably
no.
were though.
No, I mean yes. You
But
were.
we love you. Do you understand?
Or I don't. I
We-
don't doubt that you have a favorable impression of me.
Not
I know
favorable.
that
You were part of my life. I hurt my balls and head because of you.
I love that.
I literally did.
And I don't hold. You were doing your thing, and it just worked out bad for me.
My thing, we just have terrible personalities. It's not like a contrived thing. We're just bad guys with
Right.
bad personalities, and people don't like being around us.
I mean, to be completely fair,
we
to
kept
be,
bringing up
no
this
big
guy
deal.
over here,
To be
the big V.
to be
You think this
to be
guy
completely
is...
honest.
No, it's a different.
Yeah, yeah.
to be completely honest,
Yes.
it was a catastrophe for me. If and
Why?
I don't hold this against you.
It breaks my heart.
I don't hold this.
It breaks
against
my
you.
heart. You're like Bob Dylan to me.
It was
Of hurting your balls, you're Bob Dylan.
It was the if there was one interview,
Uh-huh.
podcast, almost anything that I could go back and not do,
Really?
it would be.
It was
the
that
Adam
bad?
Friedland show.
It sounds a little anti-Semitic, a little bit, no? With everything going on in the world,
I'm
I don't know
not
if you
even
want to be,
about that.
if
It
you
was-
want to be so hateful. It's more.
It was It was just
How bad was it?
It was a terrible fail on my part.
What? You didn't do bad at all.
I did terribly. That was the feedback.
Oh, you felt like you did bad, not
I
like
did-
we were
yeah,
horrible.
I'm not criticizing you.
Oh, okay. No, that changed. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought that we were just being mean,
No.
shitty guys, and we are. But like, you
but
are
yeah,
one of the
but-
few people we respect.
You were doing your thing.
I
And
don't
I
think it's
didn't get what your thing is. I
Judaism.
still don't
Judaism.
get what your thing is.
Judaism.
Okay, I don't get it.
So
And-
so God gave us the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai.
And your
What
whole
thing?
your whole
What
whole
thing?
Yeah, your shtick.
What's my shtick? I'm just
Why
a
don't-
fucking obnoxious guy. What do you mean? Like, I'm
okay.
a Jew I live in New York, and I don't like
Okay.
waiting. I don't like lines.
You don't like waiting?
If my girlfriend brings me to a restaurant, we have to be outside to wait.
What
Well,
about
I'm
people
with
waiting on you?
that.
I honestly, I hate when people complain about the service. It's like,
That's
shut
not
up
the
and eat.
Yeah, different kind of waiting, brother.
If someone, if I get bad,
You're
no,
deflecting.
I'm not deflecting. I'm not deflecting. If someone gives me bad service, I tip more. Because I'm like, they
So,
probably have an awful day
I s-
today.
I said, what about people waiting on you?
Wait. Oh, I thought you meant in a
Oh,
restaurant.
I
No,
get
no,
that.
no.
Okay,
Because I was talking about waiting outside of
He
a
isn't
restaurant.
deflecting.
Or he's just really that
I was just
smart.
talking about us,
I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb.
us waiting on you for the podcast.
Okay, but I just mentioned a restaurant in the sentence before. I thought you were talking about people like a waiter,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
like a.
You're lucky. You fucking
No,
saved that.
I don't know.
I didn't say shit.
I don't know. But in any case,
Adam Friedland
it's-
for the
it's
Adam
fun.
Friedland show is a
It's
center
fun.
left talk show.
It's fun and it's funny, and it wasn't the only catastrophe.
I want you to love me so badly.
I mean, dude, I respect you, and
You don't have any reason to respect me yet.
well,
Why was there a lot of feedback?
No, because
there
Nick
was,
and I.
there was so much feedback.
We're
Isaac,
appalling.
how much feedback was there on my Adam Friedland show?
From the
being a
pigs,
disaster?
from our guys.
Quite a bit of feedback.
These
There
people
was-
are the dregs of society. You don't have to worry about these people. The economy would be better off if they die. They are a net negative on society. You don't have to worry about these freaking.
Right.
You were on Jackass 1, 2, and 3
Let me-
and
let
a
me-
half.
Let me color.
Your
in.
life is so much sicker.
Let me color in.
When
some
you
of the
threw up a goldfish, it was a moment in my life. I'm not even gassing you, dude.
Well,
I was like, that's on TV. Where did they come up with that?
I don't know, but the feedback was that you had Neil deGrasse Tyson, Chris Cuomo,
Yeah.
Chet Hanks,
Yes,
and all of those
intellectuals,
people, all
thought
of those
leaders.
people, like got your sense of humor, like played with you, like had a favorable episode, and that compared to all of those people, I'm the
Those
one
were
who ate
different
shit.
verticals. Those were different verticals.
Right.
Under the Adam Friedland Show family of products. Okay. Those guys were on the Adam Friedland Show talk show, which is just me, and I wear a suit, and we.
Now
have,
I think you're lying.
I swear to God,
Yeah.
it's very famous. It's incredibly famous.
But okay, no, that like
We've had 50 views on some of these videos.
I was totally prepared.
You
for
were on the
this
you were on
to
the
be another.
podcast, which is like something like when we do a talk show, I do research and I have questions prepared. I think it was like organized day of, and you came and we just did the podcast with Nick,
Okay.
who's an
I'm-
anti-Semite and a closeted homosexual, and like I don't get me started on this guy.
He might
That didn't get a laugh, and I feel bad right now for saying that.
he
You were on the podcast.
okay.
Because it was like a last minute booking, but we're it to be the talk show. I would be dressed beautifully. Yeah, put it on for Steve. Let's just watch my show. put on the
Okay, we don't
you have
to
a
worry
huge audience. No, but this is big for me.
Yeah.
I'm dick riding off of you right now. What was it? Clout shark.
What I want to do.
I'm cock
And
riding.
I expected that this episode with you on my show could equally be a disaster, and I'm okay with that because
Is it a disaster right now? How bad am I
What
at?
constitutes a disaster?
I don't know. But what I'm so interested in and so fascinated in
Yeah.
is like what you're really like, and like if
Kind of
you-
like that.
if you're like serious about stuff. I can tell you that I, for one, am quite serious about a lot of things, and mental health is one of them. And that's why I'm happy to tell you that this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online service to match you up with qualified, professional, licensed therapists. And therapy is amazing for your mental health. I subscribe to it, and one of the things that's important to me is protecting my relationship with Lux. I like to talk openly with the therapist to fix the roof before it rains. That is the philosophy. There's all kinds of things that you can seek therapy about, and it helps you. So they've got a deal for you. It's go to betterhelp.com. That's BetterHelp.com/Stevo. And they'll give you 10% off your first month. Again, this is something that can help you with your mental health, and it's a lot better to talk about things than keep them all bottled up and festering inside. So, one more time to give therapy a shot, go to betterhelp.com/Stevo for 10% off your first month. Now, let's get back to it.
I think I'm a pretty nice guy. I'm nice to my girlfriend, nice to my dad, nice to my sister.
According to your Wikipedia,
family man, live and let live Christian, pretty much, yeah.
According to your Wikipedia, you
I just read your Wikipedia.
I love that.
I didn't know that you were like you were from England.
I was born in England.
I didn't know you were a proper chap.
Right. And so you
I thought you were from like a toxic waste dump or something.
That would be the
That was your aesthetic. That was your
Yeah.
aesthetic. The vomiting, penis hurting aesthetic.
Yeah.
I was like, that guy's really got to be from the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah. Now you mentioned Judaism a lot.
Yeah.
Like but this is something that you are serious about, right? Like
practicing it?
Not well, I mean like being involved in going on this like very serious news network to discuss the decline and support of Israel.
That was embarrassing. That was the last time I've tried to be smart in public. Just like they put me on the screen, they said comedian activist. It made me want to shoot myself in the head.
Right.
Judaism, I hate it. What are you talking about? It's one of the worst things ever. I wouldn't wish it on my greatest enemy. It's terrible.
Why?
Because we suck.
Okay, so now
we're so obnoxious. We offend Steve by trying to suck up. I'm literally trying to suck up right now. And somehow he thinks that I'm like a satanic force and I run the media and the banks. What else did you say about me?
I did
the
not
weather
say.
Machines. There's that one island that we ran in the U.S. Virgin Islands. What was that? Little St. James
Island?
Jewish Island.
Okay.
Wait, so your question was that what is Judaism to me?
Well, I mean, what are
I'm
you
just
like
a
if
Jew.
you're serious about something?
If I'm serious about something, what do you mean? Like I'm like I'm a nice friend to my friends. I try to be like a good friend. Isn't that a nice thing?
Okay.
What is that? That's a bad answer. What am I good at? Nothing. I'm incredibly mediocre as a person.
I think maybe off camera. What do you like?
Kind of like this.
Are you?
Yeah. What do you think? What am I doing right now? Am I doing like Groucho Marx shtick?
No. I feel like if I was doing
This is
cocaine with
crazy.
you and like we were in a hotel room doing cocaine, like I would last
would
9
suck
minutes
your dick.
and I would fucking walk out from a panic attack.
Why?
I don't know.
Anti-Semitism. This is an anti-Semitic program.
This
is
like, what is happening right now?
I'm here. This is I'm not afraid of the anti-Semitic. They've come for me before, and I've said to them, listen, I've looked the devil in the face.
What do you say?
They say.
The devil identifies as they, them?
I'm not going to gender the devil.
I mean, this really is.
I'm
fascinating that you have this approach. And
are there Jews in Jackass? No. It's a very non-Jewish thing.
I think it's more of a, where is the word secular?
No, it's not I'm not religious. Okay. I'm just like, but my family's Jewish, and they stressed me out my entire life, and that's why I'm like this.
Okay.
They're good people.
You grew up in Santa You
No, I was born there.
were born in there. And then then you moved all over the world. I did a Wikipedia dive on you.
I
don't remember.
I grew up in Vegas. I grew up in Vegas.
South Africa to Vegas.
We moved, my parents are from Cape Town. They left during apartheid, and then we moved back for 2 years after Mandela came out. Mandela spoke at my synagogue.
Is that
Cape
true?
Town, yeah. Because all the Jews left, and he's like, all the grandmas stayed. He was like, tell your kids to come back. We want to build a new country.
So then
Pretty cool.
why South Africa to Vegas? That's a
Was it to L.A.?
no, you
Oh,
said
my
Vegas.
dad. I was born in
Didn't-
You want the timeline of this is one of the most boring
There's
lives
like
of all
three-
time.
Okay.
There's like 3
I
major
masturbated
milestones.
at 14
Here's
for the
our
first
double
time.
Up week, double up week.
I can't. The first time I got a hand job, I came in my own face.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you?
33 years old.
Okay, now
Yes.
I genuinely respect your whole deal. I love
What
it.
whole deal? You make me feel like I'm a fucking nightmare. My whole deal. I'm just a guy.
Okay.
I'm just a person.
Your style of comedy, which is described as
Not funny?
anti-humor.
I'm not anti-humor comedy. What are you talking about? I try to tell jokes.
Okay.
It's funny. I said 33 years old, my first hand job. That was hilarious.
It was a great
And it's
joke.
true. It's funny because it's true.
Okay. Your comedy is wildly successful too.
I don't know.
Where are you booking shows these days?
I do like clubs, I guess, from time to time. Yeah, club weekends. Yeah.
Your Patreon is going off.
No, it's in decline, active decline. Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
The trend is not looking good.
I mean, we're interested in Patreon.
So we had a successful podcast called Come Town.
Yeah.
And then Sav left, and then we rebranded it as the Adam Friedland Show, which was
Right.
kind of a joke. I mean, I'm like the least liked, least charismatic member of the podcast.
I don't think that's true.
No, I think it was true. I mean, like people just DM me, "You're gay," every 10 minutes. Like people the vitriol. I mean, that's maybe why, because you can't kill a man who's already dead, Stephen. Like that's maybe why I'm coming across this way. But I've been through hell and back. Now you're texting.
Are you texting?
My
You're
editor,
being
yeah.
bad. You're being bad. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's your show. Thanks for inviting me, but you're being bad. I was just telling you about my struggles with cyberbullying, and you're texting your slave that you pay $3 an hour to that you're mad at. You're mad at your boy. Your boy whore.
I actually pay him very well.
How much do you pay?
If you want to know, I pay him $100 an hour.
So he makes like $200. What does he have to do? Press a button or something?
Nah, he's actually
He's
insanely
incredible.
talented.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
He's
that was
insanely
in
talented.
bad taste.
I'm
That was
done
in
with
bad
it.
taste
It
with the
was.
$100. I mean, to pay someone so little is in bad taste also. But no, for me, the joke was that I was like the nebbish, like kind of the schmuck from Come Town. I was like, oh, you're gay and you're gay Jew, gay guy. You know, that was like the joke. And then we rebranded as like, now it's my show. And then I started a talk show, and now I have a fucking some of the biggest celebrities in the world.
You do?
Some of the-
And-
Chris Cuomo.
Chet Hanks. I mean, you can't get bigger.
Right.
I love him so much.
I mean, he handled your show better than I did.
It's a different vertical. I was wearing a suit. I had questions. I made him rap. We did a battle. You want to see the battle?
You know,
Let's pull up the battle. It's at the end of the Chet episode.
Dave Portnoy.
Portnoy, what a titan.
We sent a cameo request to Chet Hanks asking him to rap for us.
Really?
And he didn't even respond.
You want me to text him?
Yeah.
You know, he picked me up at LAX. That's a big friend move.
Wow.
The LAX pickup. I don't know. Am I in the mic? The LAX pickup. That's a huge ask.
That is a big ask.
I mean, he lives in Marina Del Rey. It's not a big deal, actually. I'm making him sound like a better guy, but
All right.
he picked me up. Lambo truck, no license plate. I said, "Where is your license plate?" He said, "Don't worry about it."
Lambo truck.
So,
I've never
like-
even heard of such a thing. Let me see.
Apparently,
a
they
Lambo
make
truck.
an Urus. I mean, it's ridiculous to drive this around, Chet. I mean, it's absurd. No, that's not the truck. It's the
it's like the SUV looking one.
The Urus. The Urus.
That yellow one, yeah, or that one.
Wow, look at that. That's pimp.
I like it.
But then
What cars do you guys have?
We all have Teslas.
Yeah, we all have Tesla
We all have
Model
the same
Y.
fucking Tesla.
We all have Tesla Model Y,
Wow.
which is like
L.A. style.
I mean, like it's the low budget version.
The Y
of
is
Tesla.
the starter Tesla.
No, the 3's the starter.
Same deal.
What's your favorite car ever of all time? Now I'm asking the questions.
Of all time, I would probably drive like a VW bus.
I'll never understand why Scott would want to drive an old vehicle that breaks down all the time. I mean, you don't have to, but when it comes to your body, you really only get one, and you gotta take good care of it if you don't want it to break down all the time. Now, a big problem that a lot of people have is their feet being too tight. And what doctors recommend is standing on tennis balls to roll back and forth and stretch the arch of your foot. But that's difficult to do consistently, and the good people from Avos have found the solution. They've designed these slides that have different sizes of tennis ball-like things built in. You wear these for 5 to 15 minutes, and it does that job that the doctors recommend. It takes a bunch of stress out of your back. It helps prevent all kinds of health problems. It's used by professional skateboarders, NFL athletes, and all kinds of regular people who have back issues and feet problems. And if that's you, then it's time to go to avostherapy.com and use the promo code STEVO for a full 25% off your order. That's Avos Therapy, AVOSTHERAPY.com, and use the promo code STEVO to get 25% off your order. Again, you only have to wear it for 5 to 15 minutes to get really effective benefit from stretching out the arch of your feet. I love it, and, let's not break down like Scott's VW bus. Go to Avos Therapy, use the promo code STEVO, and make sure that your body doesn't break down. Now let's get back to it.
Come on.
He says it all the time.
Top speed like 60 miles an hour.
I mean, where am I trying to go fast?
Wait, Woodstock?
I'm not always late.
To have unprotected sex? What are you doing?
I just
the
like
summer
the
of
sound of the
love.
engine.
Right.
It's slow.
You're
I
gonna
don't drive
get some
fast
like
anyway.
incredibly hairy bush
Who,
at
me?
Woodstock
I
in your
prefer
bus.
bushes.
Okay.
Groceries.
Isn't it
Bush
crazy? Our parents were fucking and sucking each other, no protection, and they were like, "Yeah, we were revolutionaries."
And
Just
now
because
what
they
are
were
people doing?
fucking and sucking, they think they're Che Guevara. It's pathetic.
That's a good point.
I'm dying to get a
Yeah.
serious answer.
It's a comedy show.
I've got a serious question. I just want to know what it is. What's
Okay.
Zionism?
It's that's so funny.
Everyone
This
does
might be a pinnacle in my life. Is Steve O asking me what
it.
Zion?
I want to know what it is.
This might be a moment of my life.
I've heard Bob Marley sing about it. Right?
No, that's
Zion. Like, what's
That's Zion.
Zionism? What is
Okay,
it?
so you have the Babylonian Triangle, right? You have Jamaica, you have England, and then you have Zion, Ethiopia, where praise him Haile Selassie I lives, who we give praise to, him and Jah. Maybe he is Jah. I'm not sure if he is Jah.
That my off-camera guy Isaac is Jewish, and I'm gonna have.
I thought you were gonna say
fact-check
Rastafari.
So he's like the
Zionism.
Jesus Christ of
it.
Zionism.
Okay. Zionism is a movement for the reestablishment and now development
talking about
and
this?
protection of a Jewish nation in what is now Israel.
It's
So Zionism is a movement to protect Israel.
no,
as
it's
a
it's
nation.
a movement that established the Jewish state. Why are we talking about this?
Okay, well, because you're a critic.
Wait,
of
wait.
It, according to Wikipedia.
Oh my! I'm a
You're an
critic of
activist.
it.
I mean, is Wikipedia lying?
It's sad. It's really sad what's happening there right now. It's horrible.
It's sad that the internet isn't telling the truth all of the time.
What do you think is actually happening in
Is
Israel?
it like is Wikipedia
Let's hear the
lying,
truth.
or are you lying?
What am I lying about? Let's
I
hear.
don't know.
What's the truth about? Let's hear the truth, Steve, about Gaza. I want to hear it.
I mean,
You said that the internet is lying to me about what's. I said it's very
about
sad.
Wikipedia.
No, I said it's very sad what's happening there, and then you said, "What's sad? That the internet is lying to you?" So you're saying it's happy?
No.
I'm just confused. I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah, we're getting confused now.
Yeah, so I'm just asking.
I don't even.
It's the IDF versus Hamas. Is all I know. Is that true?
Okay.
It's brutality.
Yeah,
it's fucking gut churning brutality.
I do believe that.
And listen up, heads, you got to look into this. It's fucking. Well, you want to talk about the war right now?
I didn't even bring up the war. I brought up
Zionism. Oh, because it was on my Wikipedia. It was on my Wikipedia. Because I went on Israeli television and talked about why young American Jews are critical of Israel now. Yeah.
Okay.
And I would say the answer is that there's a, the objective of Zionism was to create a safe, safety net for Jewish people, and they're not safe there. It's failed in its objective because they're at war all the time.
I appreciate.
It's safe here in New York. I mean, this is the Jewish state. Welcome. Now you're on my turf, Buster.
Okay.
Where was your family from 1935 to 1945?
I kind of divided. I'm going to say
half
Canada,
Nazi, half
Canada, America, and England.
And England. Oh yeah, you were born in England? Is your dad British?
Dad is American. Mom is Canadian, but Dad's father was English. Okay.
And he worked for Pepsi?
Born in Winnipeg.
Oh, no.
Your dad.
Mom was born in Canada. Dad was born in America. Let me ask another serious question. This one might be a little bit more fun.
Okay.
What's the dirt bag left?
I don't know. It's some shit that they said 8 years ago.
Okay.
Because they wanted to say that if you think people should have health care, that it means you're a Nazi or something. It was like a kind of a pejorative.
So it
was like a Bernie bro thing.
Right. So the dirtbag left is funny people who support Bernie Sanders.
It was, I guess, in 2016, what was it, 2020?
Were you serious about supporting Bernie Sanders?
Yeah. People should be able to go to the doctor. No.
Yes.
It's pretty simple.
I would have voted for Bernie Sanders, specifically because I believe that he was the one who cared the most about reducing the disparity of wealth.
Yeah, facts. Facts. Big ups.
Given that the option was not there to vote for Bernie Sanders, I voted for Biden because I thought he would be the next
in
best.
2020.
Yeah. Well, no.
2016.
Biden was 20.
Yeah, you're
right. No, Biden.
I voted
he
for
ran
Biden in 2020 because I thought he was the next best thing for reducing the inequality in wealth.
He's pretty funny too.
Yeah.
But I thought you said you voted for Trump. No.
No, I never voted for Trump. I don't understand it.
This is Steve-O, and this is voting for Trump.
Yeah.
That'd be funny as a video.
Okay, now here's another serious question.
Okay.
This one might be a little darker, maybe a little less fun.
Okay.
How do you get a subreddit removed by Reddit? Reddit is the most
I don't know. Reddit did it.
filthiest cesspool of garbage, and you had your subreddit
We didn't do it.
removed.
No, they were saying bad words on there, and they got kicked off. It's their fault for being naughty. They should have followed the rules and not said bad words.
Hateful words. It was specifically
About me.
I mean, it was the Reddit thing was it was Reddit.
Is that on my Wikipedia?
It's on, I think, the Cumtown Wikipedia.
That the Reddit got taken down?
The
Wow.
Cumtown subreddit was
Wow.
taken down by Reddit because of violation of their hate crime policies.
My friend, her boyfriend was in the kitchen a couple weeks ago, just smiling to himself. She's like, "What are you smiling about?" He's like, "You should have seen it, 2017, the sub, it was magic." And I was like, "You should break up with that guy." Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Apparently, those boys were having fun. I don't know what they did. I mean, also there were a bunch that got taken down for a while.
I don't doubt it. I mean, I've never heard of. I'm new to Reddit. I'm kind of like.
Don't. Why are you doing it? You were a tax-paying citizen. You don't have to do that crap. Are you getting into Reddit? Come on, you've had a great life. You don't need. You're doing. It's not good
true.
for you.
It's not. It's a guilty pleasure.
What, are you gonna argue with people about Pokemon or something and call them the N-word? It's just. What's the point? Just get a girl.
You're
just
fantastic.
get a girlfriend. Get a wife. Be nice to your friend. I mean, it's just like.
You
Don't call Pikachu the N-word. You know.
You are fantastic. I am.
Thank you. I did it.
Yeah,
I've turned the corner.
I absolutely think you're fantastic.
I love you too.
Yeah, of course you don't have any impressions.
Impressions?
Yeah, isn't that all Mullen?
He's brilliant.
So-
It scared me off of these damn impressions.
Yeah,
He's too good.
It would seem that his talent is evident.
He's one of the best. The man is an institution, much like Kelsey Grammer was actually from the show Frasier. Who else died in his life? Can you read the rest of the tragedies? It's really a fucked up list.
His mother.
His mother was kidnapped and murdered. It's horrible.
She actually died peacefully.
Oh, thank God. He got one lived. It's like Final Destination, his life. Death follows him everywhere he goes.
When he was 13.
His dad was shot and killed?
Yeah.
Niles, I can't.
Something happened to his sister. It's pretty rough.
How's
I mean, you gotta love it when a guy is this way, but everything he's saying is checking out on the fact check.
I would never lie to you. Especially not about Zionism.
Right. Okay. So back to the Come Town podcast. That's like just it's toxic filth, like everything.
No, it's not really. It's like adult men acting like babies. It was like we were acting like 12-year-old boys.
I do love that, and you
Yeah,
know what?
we're just calling each other-
I love Stavros too.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
Great experience.
He's
with
the
him.
biggest comedian in the world right now.
Well, there's something that we can agree on. Stavros genuinely is a delightful guy. We had a wonderful experience with him, and he is a massive comedian right now. Also, right now happens to be summertime, and everybody's running around half naked, showing off all their skin. And the question that I want you to ask yourself is, how does your skin look? Is it all gross and hairy with bush growing out of your nose and your ears? Because if so, it's time to take care of that. And the good people of Manscaped have you covered. Look, I mean, you just gotta take care of your personal hygiene, and grooming is what it's about. With Manscaped, you've got the lawnmower, which does the bulk of the work, the lawnmower 3.0 plus, 4.0 Pro, and 5.0 Ultra. You got the weed whacker, clearing out all the hair out of your ears and your nose. I mean, all of these great products, and summer is the time to get on it. So if you go to manscaped.com and use the promo code STEVO, you're going to get 20% off your order plus free shipping. And again, I'm telling you, summer is the time to get on this. If you haven't been grooming, it's time to start right now by going to manscaped.com, using the promo code STEVO, and enjoying a full 20% off your order plus free shipping. Jump to it, and let's get back into it. He's doing well.
What? You're having fun.
I do like you.
I feel like we're on a date, and these are our chaperones right
now.
now.
And I wanna applaud you too.
Do you think I'm gonna get finger popped later?
At
Down at Lover's Lane? I'm gonna go.
You're gonna get pwned.
At the time when I got all of this dreadful negative feedback for being on your show, I was doing this press run to promote my multimedia comedy special. And there was one other show which was even more disastrous. It was the Danny Brown show.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
And
Rapper
Danny Brown, the rapper,
from Detroit, yeah.
And
But you know all about him?
He got head on stage once at a concert.
That's the guy who got head on stage?
Got
I heard about
sucked.
that.
Jackass style.
And I think I really felt that I did blow it on that one too.
Dropped the
But
ball.
I blew it on that one.
Can I ask you a
in
question?
many ways. And
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Think about the concept of a podcast fan. Like, who cares what they think about anything?
Hey, you know what? He might have a point.
Just listen. Like, music exists. If you like listening to podcasts, you should listen to fucking Radiohead. You should check out Led Zeppelin. Who cares about podcasts? I'm mad at Steve-O from a podcast. Shut up. You're the worst person in the world.
Yeah.
I'm gassing you up right now. Seize
thank
your
you.
power.
Thank you. Well, here's the thing. On your podcast, it was just kind of I blew it, but I wasn't taken as being disrespectful of you. So I didn't feel that I owed you an apology.
You don't owe me an apology.
In the case of Danny Brown, it was
you said the word.
It was the consensus that I was
Racist.
disrespectful of Danny Brown because I didn't.
What did you do?
I went on his show not knowing about him.
So what did you do? You opened up his Wikipedia. You said when you were 6, you moved to.
No, I mean I was the guest on his show, and I've never understood that the onus is on the guest to research the host.
Is it?
It's not.
It's a podcast. Who fucking cares?
Right. But,
Who cares?
but
It's
despite
crap that these people consume. It's nothing.
Despite that, I did feel as though that I was wrong. I acknowledged my wrongdoing. I reached out to Danny Brown to come and be on my show, and he didn't want to do it. I got.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He said.
He said.
I don't
no?
know. I don't know if
He's
he
a
said
coward.
no, but
He's a coward.
But we
He's
put
an
up the
absolute
request.
coward.
We did put up
We
the
requested
request.
him to be on the show.
He's
and
on
he was-
tour.
He's an absolute
I was on
coward.
tour.
Unlike me.
Okay, well, hopefully he didn't actually say no, and he was just not available. And we do get that opportunity because
Yeah.
I liked the guy.
Yeah.
I liked the guy.
How did you
I
offend
didn't-
him
I didn't want-
specifically?
He just didn't know what he did.
I asked him. He said when he's on stage because he's newly sober.
What are you gonna know every song? Sorry,
Zero
you
songs.
never heard his song, so you'll check it out.
And wait,
You're
but
still a
then
You
nice
didn't know he
guy.
made songs.
But he's gonna treat you like how?
I don't even think he.
You have to listen to
treated me
10
anyway.
songs before you do the podcast. You don't have to feel bad about any of this crap.
Okay, well, thank you for that.
I
That's
mean
very,
it.
It's very healing.
It's
for
no
me.
big deal. It's a fucking podcast.
Okay.
People literally they live and die for this shit. I mean, it's watch a movie. Watch a Martin Scorsese movie.
Yeah.
If you love the Joe Rogan Experience, you're gonna love Casino. You know what? It's better. No offense. No, actually, it's not better. Shout out, great. I would never.
I was very
Career-wise,
flustered.
I would-
But before you got here, I was all stressed out. I was flustered. I was even rude to you. I'm sorry for being rude to you. I said, "Oh, I didn't like that you were late." You know, like.
I like that you were rude.
Okay.
No, it feels like an accomplishment. I've won your heart.
Well, you have.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
flirted
I-
my
I-
way to the top.
I take things too seriously, man.
You really do.
I take things too seriously.
You really do.
I have an overdeveloped concern for the opinions of others.
Who cares about
It
anyone?
really affects me when people.
You're famous. You're literally famous.
Well,
You drank a horse's cum.
I didn't. That was Chris. But
That
that
guy's
I'm a
incredible.
tortured soul, dude. I'm a
Where's
tortured soul.
Where's Pontius these days?
I think he's home in California. I've
He's
been urging him
amazing.
to come visit me at my ranch in Tennessee.
You have a ranch and you're worried about this crap? You have a ranch? Who cares?
This is definitely.
You have a ranch.
This is absolutely our double upload week.
What do you mean
And that's
double?
it.
Is
That's
that
it.
good or bad?
I think it's so far, it's great because
This is okay.
we had an uncharacteristically short episode with the legendary CEO of Cash Money Records, Birdman.
You know what he did.
It was only like 30 minutes, very short,
Uh-huh.
but it was short and sweet. It just felt like kind of
He
an
kissed
outlier.
his daddy, or he kissed his son.
It felt like an outlier, and so we
Yeah.
thought, okay, that one it's not really a full episode, so we'll put up 2 that week.
Did you kiss your dad on the lips growing up?
Um,
I think I did a couple times, and now in
Don't-
retrospect, I'm like, why was that? Should be cheek between men.
So this episode does feel too.
What did he
like
say?
an outlier.
What he said? Cool stuff.
He really is just a wonderful person to me.
He said he was Steve's
Dude, they're bros.
best white friend he has.
Really? That's
And
incredible.
I'm
You listen to his songs first, no?
Very careful to do that.
Yeah.
I went.
You gotta listen to the song.
My relationship with him is decades long, and it's very cool that
You've
he values
known
me
him for decades?
Yes.
And you're worried about the feedback on the Adam Friedland Show podcast?
Yeah. Yeah.
He owned Cash Money Records.
I'm a tortured soul.
Who cares, bro?
I
You got to be a rich dick. You got to start being more of that.
Okay.
Being like, you're not invited to my ranch. Listen up, poor people. I have a ranch.
Dude, I just don't know what else to say. We didn't even need as much time as we had.
We didn't even need to do this at all. My favorite car? You didn't ask me back.
What is it?
VW bus is a shit answer.
What's
I'm
yours?
sorry.
He had a VW bus
I had one.
when we met. Yeah, when we met.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, why would you want this car that you always have to fix because it's always broken down? He's like, dude, this is classic. I'm like, dude, like, wouldn't it be better to have a car that worked when you turned it on?
Like a Tesla.
Anything that just works.
Or what's your
Did
favorite
you-
car?
Probably Toyota Land
Prius?
Cruiser. Prius.
That's pretty good. Land Cruiser.
FJ80, FJ70. Either, yeah, I've wanted that car my whole life. My girlfriend didn't allow me.
How about the title for this
pretty
podcast?
good.
Adam Friedland hands
Oh my
Steve-O
God, look at
yet
that.
Another L.
Look at this. You didn't catch an L, bro. You have a ranch. Look at that. Steve, can you imagine? Can you imagine you're driving? You're driving. I'm in the passenger seat. I've just killed my wife. We're in a slow speed pursuit. And I'm just saying, like, I'm so glad we're best friends. Like, I just killed my wife and her Jewish boyfriend. It was hilarious, bro. Do you think it was like a Naked Gun? Like his character in Naked Gun? You think it was just a series of accidents? He like accidentally killed Nicole
Naked Gun
Brown.
really was pretty fantastic. Well, actually, I'm thinking of Airplane. Airplane.
Farce
Yeah.
movies.
That Naked Gun was a really limp dick attempt at recreating the
You're
magic of
so
Airplane.
wrong, dude. You're so wrong. You're so wrong.
All right.
You're so wrong, bro. It's insane.
Okay, dude. Well,
You're so
shit,
wrong
man.
about the Naked Gun films. You have a Renthal James Simpson. You have
Yeah, you're
Leslie Nielsen.
I was trying to be funny.
You have hijinks after hijinks. Things falling
when
down.
when he drives by the nuclear plant in San Diego and it says, "With my ex-wife, everywhere I look, something reminds me of her," and it's like the titties.
That's funny.
It's really good.
That's funny. That's better than a podcast.
Yeah. But
All right, enough of.
Airplane
I've been
was-
yelling at you a lot. I love you. I love
dude,
you guys too.
I love
What do you
too.
make of this? This guy hates me. This guy likes me.
I can't tell yet.
Yeah,
Why?
I'm having a hard time telling. It's
Shut
like,
up.
It's almost like a
Like
I'm a
Oliver
lovely
Tree.
Yeah,
guy.
except Oliver Tree's lovely.
No, it's kind of the same thing. I feel like I'm like, oh, dude, you like a Land Cruiser FJ80, and now his subreddit's gonna be like, dude, these dorks thinks he really likes Land
Who
Cruiser.
cares about
I have no
subreddits?
idea if you're being serious.
You have tattoos on your neck. Sorry, I just deflected. I
No, like,
deflected.
a lot
That
of
was a
this was really
deflection.
funny, but it's almost like Oliver Tree, where
It
it's like
says
I'm having
lo-
a hard
It says
time. Like,
loser and then a V over the S
Lover,
and it's
loser.
lover.
yeah.
Come on your neck for the rest of your life.
I felt like this was an episode that you guys needed to like.
You know that's good.
amend.
You can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery.
Yeah,
now.
I'm not Jewish.
And on your fingers and everything. And you have the Misfits. That's cool.
yeah.
Interesting to end on. I don't even know if we mentioned this on your show,
Yes.
but you just happened to be in a hidden camera thing that I filmed.
We did
for
mention. I saw your penis.
Can you pull it up on the?
Great cock.
It's on your website.
Great cock.
And this was terribly scary for me because people were like, "Oh, the guy who walked by."
It was me and Brandon Wardell and Jamel Johnson.
in the dig painting thing. So that
Yeah.
created the impression that I had somehow planted you there. To
No,
be a reaction.
I was really scared. I thought you really hurt yourself.
I would never.
And then I was like,
plant
wow.
anybody
I,
for-
I literally walked away and I was like, wow, it's him. And that was his dick painted. I'm so lucky. I'm the luckiest boy in the world.
dig painting was way earlier on in the show. There it is.
Let's see it.
Yeah, and by the way,
I
what
look like
we're
a-
bringing up is not allowed on YouTube. It's very filthy and it is streaming absolutely for free at stevo.com, as is my bucket
that
list
your girl?
special. That is my girl.
Wow. I wish my girl would do stuff like that for me.
Then let's plug some stuff for you. You got
The
tour
Adam
dates?
Friedland, the Adam Friedland Show. Check out the Adam Friedland Show, the Adam Friedland Show podcast. Subscribe to the Adam Friedland Show.
Where's
I
your-
think I've right now July. I'm in Spokane. There's more dates going to be announced. I'm going to do a special this fall.
Is it really the Spokane Comedy Club?
Yeah, is it good there? They're
love
like
that
Nazis
place.
over there, right?
There you are, yeah.
Eastern
Yeah,
Washington.
there he is.
Wow, look at
dude,
young
this-
man, pink shoes. Very cool.
This is.
I want to kick his ass. I want to beat my ass.
What did you guys think when that happened? Did you
This
notice
was
these?
Look at my pants. It's like Uniqlo cropped. I hate me. I hate myself.
This is.
Wow. And we were like, wow, it's him.
October of 2017.
Look
that
how
was
happy
filmed.
you made us.
You guys were walking on Sunset Boulevard in Cesar Chavez. What were
Yeah,
you
yeah.
doing down there?
Rent boys.
What?
Rent boys?
What's that?
Male prostitutes.
Ah, you're a boy for rent.
Yeah, people can rent me.
Pay for gay. Gay for pay.
They take me up to the Hollywood Hills,
All right.
and no one can hear you scream from the Hollywood Hills.
You're close to the Legion Park.
Yeah, Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
Get a hot dog, popcorn, Cracker Jacks.
Hand job.
Yeah. This has been very healing for
All
me,
right,
dude.
please.
I love you.
I'm going to.
No, you don't.
I do. One more time.
I'm going to
I love
take
it.
your advice and care less about what.
Just be a rich dick. It must be amazing. Like, imagine being Trump. Just being like, I'm rich.
Yeah, that's not my style.
Why? You have a ranch. What's the point of it?
Yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah, dude. Like I said, I was outclassed the whole time. But it's good to not take yourself too seriously. I think there was a real lesson in that to be learned here. And we had a good laugh, too. I bet you guys laughed a lot as well. And it's no laughing matter that you're sitting here at the end of the episode because I take that very seriously. I'm so grateful to you. I love you so much, my dear, beautiful street team. And just about ready to go on another podcast strike mission. And things are going to be heating up a lot coming up in the next couple months. Wow, is life going to get crazy in the next couple months? Hang on for the ride. Thank you for sticking around. I love you so much. Yeah, dude. Hey, everybody, and welcome to a liberating, freeing wild ride with Steve-O. Oh, man, we're talking about getting freed from prison and free of shame and all kinds of other stuff. Plus, we're talking to the richest painter on the planet. That's right. This guy painted the murals in the Facebook offices, and they figured they'd just pay him in stock. So he's now literally the richest painter on earth. And he's a great guy, and we had an excellent time. But before we get started with that, I want to tell you how I start every single day. I literally meditate, and then I want to drink my coffee. But first, I know I got to hydrate, and I want to do it in the most healthy way. So I got athletic greens. I put a scoop of this in my water, and that's got 75 different vitamins, all sourced from completely whole foods, natural. It's like literally got probiotics, like every little healthy thing. And unlike multivitamins, not harsh on your stomach, man. Dump it in your water, pound it down. It's absolutely delicious. Helps you stay focused. It improves your gut health and your digestion. And man, I just don't eat enough greens. So I'm telling you, my AG1 from Athletic Greens, it's what I am talking about. So that's how I start every single day. I think you should too. And if you go to athleticgreens.com/Steve-O, not only can you get all this great stuff, but with your first purchase, you get 5 of these free travel packs, which I don't go on tour without because I literally do this every morning. And that makes it so easy. You also get a year's supply of vitamin D from them. So, dude, you can't do better. I use this every single morning. You should too. One more time, go to athleticgreens.com/Stevo to get 5 free travel packs, year supply of vitamin D, and you get all that with your first purchase. So get to it, and let's get into it. And we're ready to go?
Are we all going barefooted?
Is this okay?
Please. He's barefooted, and I'm now. This is the first barefooted podcast.
Wiggle our
we've done.
toes here,
See,
yeah.
I'm always barefoot, and people complain about it like crazy.
Yeah, they just can't see my feet.
He goes barefooted into the plane in the bathroom.
Yeah, I do.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
And on that note,
Ladies and gentlemen, David Choe. Yeah, dude.
Wow. Yeah, dude. To you, bro.
So you just met Scott Randolph.
That's right.
and Paul Brisky.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Dave?
We are parked in the RV
give me
in
the address.
a very fancy neighborhood. This is not the house that you grew up in.
No, absolutely not. First question is: has anyone dropped a deuce in there?
We went for a very long time with this strict no pooping rule.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just had to poop too bad, and I broke down and did it, but I've only pooped in there once.
Did you put a plastic bag in it before?
I guess-
I had done that before. I
guess I should
before.
ask: has a guest ever pooped in there?
Oh, a podcast guest has
You
not.
want
Why
to?
do you have to poop?
Not right now, but it depends what we talk about. It could happen.
Get nervous?
Oh my god! If we hit some certain subjects, it will. You know,
Yeah.
Just
but my
flows.
house is right there, so
I like the idea of you
we could keep
pooping.
rolling. You
Yeah,
can
we'll
talk
keep
to
rolling.
me
I'll
with
give
the
you
door
this mic.
open.
You can take it in there with you.
Yeah, we can switch
Yeah.
We'll
mics.
just keep chatting.
You know.
Pull that thing right up on you too, David.
All right.
Mike,
What, there's
thank you.
certain subjects that make you nervous?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the more interesting question is when you feel nervous, that makes you poop.
Yeah, I've had, I've always, Koreans can't, for the most part, Asians in general didn't grow up with cheese, right?
Okay.
Dairy. So, rice and, kimchi and all this other stuff. But it's only until, Asians started coming to America, like, this is my understanding of it, that the first time, so I think about my dad, my grandpa, my great-grandpa, my generations of people that have never tasted sour cream, cheese pizza, like any of that shit. And then, so I'm the first guy. I'm the first guy out of thousands of generations to ever, of course my shit's gonna I wake up, I gotta take 3 to 7 shits a day. I go see the doctor, he's like, don't drink, dairy, don't eat cheese, all that stuff. So I just go, I'm it's a lactose intolerance
So,
problem.
yeah, my girl is lactose intolerant.
But is that the full story? Because, I'm like, is that normal for like someone to go to the bathroom like 7 times? If you ask my mom, she's like, oh yeah, it's very healthy. He has a very healthy digestive
That
system.
7 sounds like a lot.
It sounds like a lot.
But are they like healthy shits or is it like diarrhea?
No, it's not healthy, bro. It's not healthy. It's more, and so I sit there and I do the Wikipedia thing or with WebMD, and I go, what's IBS? Like what's caused irritable bowel syndrome? What causes those things? And they don't have an answer. And so I start reading books about it, and it's like most like chronic pain is trauma, like some kind of traumatic thing or like stress induced. And so I think about my life today, which is like very, very low stress. And then I'm grateful that I can say this. It's a blessing I can say this. The number one stress in my life is I have to do a podcast once in a while.
Yeah.
And then when that happens, I notice I have to take a lot of more shits.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Like I did Rich Roll like a month ago.
Yeah, I saw that. Rich Roll's a good buddy of mine.
He's fucking awesome.
I love that
But
dude.
like I don't do, like I used to do a podcast every day and like it was fine. And I also shit like 7 times a day. But yeah, at my worst, when I was like being competitive with like video games and gambling and how many women I could sleep with and all these things, it was just part of my curriculum. I would just wake up, shit, like just everything is punctuated with bowel movement. And now I have 2 very healthy bowel movements a day.
That's good.
And
I try to do 3.
You try to shit 3 times a day?
Yeah.
I heard you should never push.
Never.
Yeah, you don't want to.
It should just, you know.
But you never get nervous and have to shit like scoring coke back in the day. Like you're excited and you're like driving there and you're farting and you got to shit.
I mean, the first like bump of coke, the first line would make me shit. Like coke has a very laxative quality, but that had nothing to do with nerves. It had to do with the actual drug.
I look at like
is that true? Because I heard, I'm not a drug addict, but I've talked to many drug addicts, and I knew a few guys in rehab that were cokeheads, and they were like, we'd start to feel like we need to shit before we did the coke.
I wouldn't
just when we heard that like the dealers coming and like the ritualization of the whole act of
start farting.
Where am I going to get the money? And it's like just that part would get like, oh fuck. And then so I'm just wondering if it's the actual coke or the...
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a psychosomatic piece to it, but from my recollection, it was the immediate effect of the actual drug. But let me just say that this is the most stressful thing in your life.
Yeah.
Like, what an honor, man. Thank you for doing this.
Man.
Sorry for stressing you out.
Sorry to put you through it.
No, man. I love it. I love talking to fellow Koreans. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but Steve-O is a very typical Korean name.
Oh, how about that?
Wow.
Like Koreans have like 5 last names: Lee, Kim, Choe, and O, like O-H. So Steve-O, he's part of the tribe.
Is Steve a Korean name?
Oh yeah. If
Stevie Weeby.
Stevie Weeby for sure, yeah. When the Koreans come over here, they're like, "What's like Bob, Joe, Jim, Steve, Eddie," and then tag on a.
So, I think Americans being pretty ignorant, like, is defined like the difference between South Korea and North Korea. Like, I guess people probably pretty much grasp it, right? That North Korea is like the crazy part.
This is the way I look at it, because my family's from South Korea, and if anyone's listening to this and they're like, oh, I have a Korean friend, they're probably from the South. There's very few. like you got to do some like insane shit to get out of North Korea. So most Koreans are from the South, and when people make that distinction, it's like it's an imaginary line, right? When someone's like, and you could say this about any country, but they're like, oh, are you North Korean or South Korean? And I look at the world today, and it's fucking insane what happens in North Korea. Like, it's insane what happens over there. And most people don't really talk about it or know about it because of the secrecy, and I know there's more stuff getting out. But, like, when people fuck with me, and I'm in a, like I said, I'm in a very great place in my life. I'm the happiest I've ever been. But I've always been like, you sure you want to do that, dude? Like, it's like right now it's 2021, and my people, when I say my people, I'm just saying Korea, period, North and South, still think communism is okay. Like, it's one of the final true communist countries in the world. That shows, if you look at countries as people, our level of stubbornness, right? The whole world has like done all this and that, and like now even though all of our people are dying, even though so that DNA, I think, is like imprinted like somewhere in here, because I've done so many, and I've talked to you a lot about this. I've done so many self-destructive, does not make sense behaviors where people go, wait, but if you just did this or that, your life would be easier. And I'm like, I'm better about it now. But yeah, basically I'm North Korean.
I wonder if communism is really that bad, right? I mean, as a philosophy, communism, everything's communal, we share, right?
It's fucking dope if if greed didn't exist.
As a theory, communism's great.
Right.
It's just in practice, corruption will screw up any form of government, no matter what it is. And I think that when you're the way that you said that, they still think communism is okay. I almost think what you're speaking about is dictatorship, right? Like, because dictatorship and communism are.
I'm talking more just about like the level of stubbornness when there's like the reality of people starving in front of you and dying, and they're just like, does not impute, and I'm just gonna keep, And actually, the concept of communism, I would guess the closest and I've talked about this extensively, but is prison, right? Like everyone just or at least the prisoners, right? It's supposed to be equal. Everyone, there's no special treatment. And when I was in jail in Japan,
Japan is one place I have never been to jail. I have been to jail in California, Florida, Louisiana, London, England, Stockholm, Sweden. But hey, life is a lot better when you're not in jail at all. And life is also a lot better when you're hydrated, man. And I'll tell you, for all the people out there drinking soda, it's awful for them. You know what's good? Drinking water, man, and a nice cold, sparkling, liquid death from the Austrian Alps. That's what I'm talking about. Getting hydrated with a nice, crispy, liquid death, man. They also have mountain still water, and all of it comes in infinitely recyclable cans that look dope as hell. Like, it just looks dope as hell. And if little kids drink them in school, their teachers think they're drinking a beer. And I'll tell you, the CEO of Liquid Death loves that. This is just a company that is hilarious and cares about the world, man. Like, they donate 10% of all the profits to taking on the plastic industry. Death to the plastic industry. That's what they're talking about. They care about the world, and they make my life better. I'm a healthier guy because of them. And you're going to be a healthier person because of them too. By going to liquiddeath.com/Stevo, you get free shipping on any order of merch or water. And dude, that's crazy on their part, man. Shipping costs a lot, especially heavy water. And they're going to give you free shipping. Jump on this, man. Go to liquiddeath.com/Stevo. You get free shipping on all your merch and water orders. Drinking cool-ass, infinitely recyclable cans. And being a healthier person because you're hydrated. Hurry up right now. Go to liquiddeath.com/Stevo. Start ordering. Now let's talk about prison in Japan.
everyone gets one cigarette, for everyone gets the same meal, until they figure out, oh, this guy, if you're in jail and you have any skill to alleviate the boredom, right? If you can sing, dance, draw, like anything, like tell jokes, then you're an instant celebrity. So once they realized, oh, holy shit, this guy can draw. He can like draw cards for us, for our girlfriends, for our wives. I was like the celebrity. And then I started getting extra shit. You know, people were passing me extra like, you know, rice and like snacks and shit. And then instantly when that happens, it's no longer communism, right? And then it creates jealousy and like backstabbing and like fuck that dude and all that.
And
so
debts and gambling.
Right. So in theory, if everyone could just share and everyone's like equal, like fucking great, you know, like it's just, you know.
It works in Topanga, not in different countries, you know.
How long were you in jail in Japan?
I was in jail for 3 months, serving a 7-year sentence. So they let me out early.
Do they serve you sushi in jail?
I wish. I wish, bro. They served like the most disgusting, you know, I love it now because that's how trauma works. Like this thing in breakfast called natto, which is fermented. It's like smells like
kimchi.
It's you throw it out all the Korean shit. It smells like beans that someone nutted on, right? And it's like it's just foul. I thought it was torture. I was like,
smells like liquid shrimp.
Yeah. I'm like, you guys are giving me like rotten beans for, and I was like, this is like, let me talk to someone from the U.S. Embassy. This is like harassment. And they're like, oh no, this is like, we all eat this shit. And
love this shit.
Yeah. What year were you in jail in
That
Japan?
was 20 years ago.
20 years
And that's
ago.
the last time I got in trouble. And that was the last time I was in shape.
Okay.
You just did push-ups all day and
I
sit-ups?
did 1,000 push-ups a day.
Wow.
1,000. I would, and people are like, no, you didn't. And I go, well, yeah, I didn't start doing it. Month one, I would do, like, I could barely do 20. And then I was like, holy shit. And then for people who are like, that's impossible or that's bullshit, wake up tomorrow at 6 is when you have to wake up in prison. And then have that be the only thing you do that day till 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It's like you could do 10, take a break, do 10, have lunch, clean your room, do 20, do 30. If you have the entire day, and that was the focus of my day. So when I got out, I was pretty ripped. I was like, I was 27, 27 years old. And then
So where are we the same age? I'm 47.
I'm 45.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha,
so
okay.
pretty close. And then I go on that fucker Rich Roll's podcast, and part of the anxiety is like there's different Steve-O's, right? Like
Right.
there's like addict Steve-O, crazy out of control, and then for me, the best. Right now, you're the best version of Steve-O and I love you, and I love hanging out with you.
Well, thanks, man. Likewise.
So when I and that's kind of where I'm at today too, and I think that's why we vibe is like I notice people who want go back to that jail, the guy that would do anything, like, and I go, I could tell you a story about that, but that's not who I am today.
Right.
And my codependence wants to please you, so it goes, okay, let me, but so I start to notice that those people don't call me as much anymore, right? Because they're like, oh, you're gonna talk to me about some therapy or some bullshit. Right. And in the same way, the talking about shitting and whatever, the nervousness that comes up when I go talk to a guy like Rich Roll is like, that guy used to be fat, out of shape, he used to be an addict, and now he's like running 500 miles in 3 days.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, I'm gonna naturally, the kind of person I am, feel shame just hanging out with him, even if he's not saying to do anything, because I'm like, wow, he did it, he got his shit together, like what the fuck's wrong with me? And so I did a show, and he gave me his book and everything, and we talked about recovery, and I lost about 15 pounds just from like
Shitting.
just from just from doing his podcast. Yeah, just like thinking about it. And then I lost, my friend, he like cooks for Jeff Bezos once in a while, right? He's like
Wow.
a celebrity chef guy, and he's mean to me. So he goes, hey man, every time I cook for Bezos, he looks like he's getting younger and more healthful, and he's doing all this anti-aging shit. And he's like, you're a fucking rich dude, like you look like shit, fatter and uglier every time I see you. So he kind of shamed me, and I was like, what? That is true. Like, why aren't I taking care? If I truly am the happiest I've ever been, why aren't I taking care of myself better? Because when I wasn't taking care of myself, I didn't give a shit if I lived or I died. So I go to the fancy Hollywood Beverly Hills doctors that are seeing, and I go, yo, bro, I'm fucking rich. Like, I want to live forever. Like, what do you got for me? And they're like, there's all the stem cell shit. There's this, there's that. And I'm like, all of it. I want, total addict behavior. I'm like, give me everything that's going to make me live.
Biohacking.
And they're like, some of this shit, you got to go to Korea. Some of it, you got to go to Germany. Some of you got to go to Costa Rica. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
I did stem cells in Colombia.
Oh, okay. You got to tell me about that shit. Wait, recently or a while ago?
Yeah, like very recently. It was, it's a company called BioAccelerator. I believe it's an American company, but they operate out of Colombia because it's illegal in America to perform the procedures that they perform there.
Right.
And it's speculated that it's illegal in America because the procedures they're doing with stem cells there pose a threat to the, what do you call it, pharma... like the big pharma
Yeah.
and like and whatever, like there's more money in operating on people,
Right,
and
of course.
prescribing them
Yeah.
drugs than actually like getting to the root cause.
Wait, so how recent was that trip?
Shit, when was it? I just got
A couple months ago or a month ago?
months.
Couple months, I
Did
think.
you get that shit too?
No, dude. Why
No,
do I
it's
look
just-
young as fuck or what?
No, I'm just curious.
I
Was
want
it a
it so
group
bad.
trip or?
Yeah, I want to
It
go.
was a Steve
It
trip.
was just me.
Solo.
Like they, like candidly, they did it all for free for me if I posted about it.
Oh,
And
nice.
it worked out great because the posting that I did about it was like super well received. You know, like everything performed really well. What I noticed though was that when I was posting about being there, there was just a deluge of like just people crying out desperate for help with like chronic pain, like I have this, like, my spine, like I'm in pain, like I need so many people. I was overwhelmed with just desperate cries for help, and it messed me up. So I talked the CEO of the company into doing a lottery to give away
fuck yeah.
royal treatment to 3 different winners.
Nice,
Are
dude.
they still doing the lottery?
They've I believe picked one so far, and they're just
people can
still,
still-
yeah.
Wait, so
And initially they weren't. They said that the treatment would be free, but you have to get yourself there. And I piped up, said, "Come on, dude, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I said I've got so many frequent flyer miles accumulated.
Oh.
Let me cover and travel for like 2 of the winners, you know.
Yeah.
And they were
Yeah.
like, and they said, "Cool, we'll cover the third." So now travel's all
The
included.
third one has to hitchhike.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the third one's fun.
Yeah, right.
Third one's like,
third
you
one.
gotta walk
But yeah,
there.
but it's tough. for me-
Suspense is killing me, bro. Did it
Right.
work?
Exactly. It's tough for me to say because what I was there for was degenerative disc disease in my neck. I can tell my neck's fucked up,
Yeah.
but I'm not in a like debilitated state, and I'm not in chronic pain. So the idea of getting stem cell treatment there was largely preemptive. So I can't. It's not like I have pain that can go away. for
So it
me
was
to say-
specific to chronic pain, right?
Yeah, they do it different ways. They injected it directly into my neck, into my cervical spine, and they injected like fuck tons of stem cells into my spinal cavity. The idea being that it goes up into my brain stem and helps with concussions.
Right.
And they also flushed a fuck ton through an IV, so it just circulates through your whole body and hones in on things that need help. And they injected a fuck ton of them into my face too, which apparently will
You look amazing.
make me look younger. Well, thanks, dude. And fuck that guy. I think you look great.
Well, I mean, I've been working out, you know.
Yeah. And I also think that stress is more dangerous.
Oh yeah,
I think that and trust me, I understand what it's
Right.
like to be caught in this like cycle of telling yourself awful things about yourself.
right.
You know, all the negative self-thinking and negative like self-loathing, that's all more dangerous than like most any lifestyle habit, I
Right.
would say.
Well, look, I try my best every day to eliminate as much stress as I can, and you know, there's people like you said, there's crying out, they're in so much
Right.
pain, and you know, real pain like bone stuff, like
Sure.
actual. But there's also a lot of people out there, you know, in rehab. My roommate was one of like the best spine surgeons in America, and he's
Wow.
like, I'm gonna big up myself. Of course, I'm the best, and it works. I do it. People come in, they cry, they go, "You changed my life." He goes, in 100% of the cases, the pain comes back somewhere else. It comes back in, you know, somewhere else. Like you fix my.
And why is that? Is that like
Well, depends on, you know, like I try to keep this kind of stuff to myself, but I'm here, so I'll just talk about it. Is like it's like how open are you to like there's actually a lot of doctors in rehab, so I get
Right.
to talk to them like
oh, dude.
it-
We had I was on your just the show with your FX show and shout out to it because I got so much great feedback.
Oh,
from
thanks,
it. And,
man.
Like, people
Yeah, I
love
loved it. I
Thanks,
loved it.
man.
It was
I
so
appreciate
cool.
it.
Choe show on FX. If you haven't seen it, then fucking dial it up because it's epic.
Thanks,
but
man.
When I did my episode with you, I was getting ready to ride a bicycle while having general anesthesia drugs administered to me. And when Scott and I were figuring out how to make that happen, we spoke to a bunch of anesthesiologists, and they said, "Stay the fuck away from propofol, the Michael Jackson drug."
Oh yeah.
They said that there's just a straight epidemic of medical professionals rampantly abusing it. Like anybody who can get their hands on the Michael Jackson
Dude.
shit is shooting themselves up.
Oh
with
yeah.
it.
So I've met those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, so these are people that are medical professionals who abuse the shit out of painkillers and propofol and you know all these things.
Oh, ketamine's a big one too, man. Like all the veterinarians are fucked up on ketamine.
Right. And if you talk to any one of them, they'll tell you, they're like, it doesn't cure the problem. Like it just numbs the pain. It
Yeah.
just redirects pain, and you're like literally exactly the same. Your whole body. So you're not treating the cause of it. You know. So a lot of and this is the part where I lose a lot of people. There's you know, when you watch like a lion almost kill like a deer in the wild, right? Like it's like this close, right? It like almost kills them, and then the deer survives, and like 3 seconds later he's like at the pond like chilling with his friends like nothing happened. So that's every animal. Every animal almost survives, dies every day, and they just go on with life, and they don't become drug addicts or whatever. Humans and dogs are the only animals that some fucked up shit happens to us, like it happens to everybody, and then we carry it for the rest of our
Store
lives.
it in your brain.
Yeah. So
Really?
there's
What about
exercise.
elephants.
They say they don't forget.
They never forget, and you gotta break their spirit to train them. And I think he fucked them up. Like, but then again, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is just what people tell me. So I've done all these like trauma release exercises that like, and you know, like old pain from like 20 years ago coming out. And so, you know, after talking to these pain doctors and spine surgeons and whatever, because I have like the shitting thing, the IBS, going back to the shitting once again, and all these like chronic issues, you know, I started hearing about Dr. John Sarno. He wrote this book, Healing Back Pain. Howard Stern talks about him a lot. He passed away, but that book...
Oh, I remembered Howard Stern talking about John Sarno.
Yeah, so it's about, you know, and I'm nowhere near the person that, you know, I just started doing it. So, but I started like talking to the pain, you know, because like when I realized some shit was happening in my body, the IBS, like, okay, let's just stick to the IBS because that's what I have. It's like, fuck, there's the van. Shit, this is happening. There's the wild ride sign. I'm about to, you know, it's like, fuck, I hope I'm interesting. You know, all this, you know, and then that manifests with, you got to take a shit.
Sure.
Because if I got to take a shit, then I can hide in that room and I don't have to, you know? So what's going on there? It's like social anxiety, the fear, and then what does that link back to? So I threw my back out a few months ago and I was just like, this is like some old man shit. I'm 45. I'm a middle-aged man. Like, you know, I'm like, I got access to all this medical care. I'm like, I'm going to have to get surgery and I'm doing all this stuff. So I started reading this guy's book and, you know, I'm like, you know, I'll be honest, I didn't finish reading it because I'm like, just, that's how I read back and forth. And so I'm reading different chapters. I'm, you know, taking what I want, leaving out some shit. And I started talking to the pain. I was like, what's going on? Like, how come you know, people who know me are coming into my room going like, are you talking to someone right now? Like, you losing your mind? And I'm literally talking to the pain like, hey, it's like, it's cool, man. You don't have to do this to me. Like, you don't have to. And I swear to God, I know I'm going to sound like a quack. The pain left me in like less than a day. Like, it just, like, I could walk. I couldn't even, it was like that pinched kind of feeling where every time I walked, my legs felt, you know, and I was like, fuck, man, I must have moved wrong or picked up a box wrong or something. And it just left me. And I've been applying that because if you believe, like, painkillers work, right? You take a pill and it redirects so you don't feel the pain. So if a pill could do that, there is a way, if you do a lot of meditation and mental stuff, like, you could do that just without the pill, right? It's a lot more work. So, so that's where I think one of the hardest things for you and me both to say is no, right? So I'm at the place. I'm like, I got the money. All these Jeff Bezos dudes are doing this shit. Steve-O did it, right? Like, I'm like, give me all that stem cell shit. Give it, like, put it in my dick, put it in my asshole. Like, I put it places where I don't even...
They do put it in the dick.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
If I'm going to Colombia, definitely put it in my dick, you know? And so I sat there and I'm like filling out the paperwork and he's telling me to go to the, you know, and I go, it feels very addicty, right? It feels like I don't feel good. Instead of proper nutrition and exercise, why don't I just like inject, like, I even asked him, I was like, the Propanol shit like just knocks you out, right? Like Propofol. I go, hey bro, is there a way? He's like, are you really this lazy? I go, can you just knock me out and then hook me up to a machine that works me out like while I sleep? And like when I wake up, it's like, bro, I got abs. And like, I'm like, that's gotta exist, right? And he goes, it probably can exist if you know, if you have enough money, you can pay for anything. But you'll probably end up the way Michael Jackson did, you know?
Yeah.
And I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, I ran 500 miles, you know? Like, so I said no. And I walked out and I kind of went to like victim sad guy mode. I was like, you know what? Just age the way you age. You're a fat 45-year-old. You're living that dad life. That's who you are. Just accept it. You live in like the future where they have Grubhub and Postmates and like it's awesome. Just like read comic books at 2 a.m. and like just have a cheeseburger. Like,
well, you said that the only time you were really in shape was 20 years ago, so presumably it's not like an age thing, right? You've been this way for what?
So you've had shame for 20 years?
Well, I mean, part of it is money, right? Like resources. Like I've been like a skinny Asian kid my whole life until I realized my first paycheck where I was like, I can get a steak and the app and the dessert and a drink, you know, because I didn't grow up like that. It was just like, we didn't, first of all, we didn't go out. And if you did, you're not getting,
Are
you know.
you, is there like, is it official you are the wealthiest painter alive? I've heard it said that a good interviewer will only ask questions to which they already know the answer. And yeah, he's the richest painter in the world, but we're about to find out how he reacts to being asked that straight to his face. And while we're on the subject, let me tell you, I'm not the richest guy on Jackass, but boy, am I trying to become the richest guy on Jackass. And I think I'm getting somewhere. You know why? Because my shipping business is really taking off. I actually just got my second warehouse for shipping all of our merch stuff. And man, you know what made me so successful in that business? Yeah, it's called ShipStation. That's how we make all of our orders go out super smooth, super easy, and even more importantly, super cheap. Because no matter how many different platforms you're selling your goods from, ShipStation takes all of those platforms and funnels them into one super easy to use interface, and it gets you the lowest possible rates on all the mail carriers. UPS, post office, all that. They're giving you rates that are normally reserved for Fortune 500 companies, and they're just hooking it up. Now, here's even crazier, and I can't believe they're doing this at this time of year, but for the listeners of my podcast, you get a free 60-day trial. Not even charged anything. You get to find out how great it is for nothing. If you go to ShipStation.com, and when you get there, you click the microphone at the top of the page, and then that's when you plug in the promo code STEVO, and that's going to unlock a 60-day free trial. Now, think about when this is going down. We're about to hit the holidays over here. The next 2 months are the most active like e-commerce months of the year, and they're giving you this deal right now. Crazy. No matter if you're selling a little bit, if you're selling a lot, like ShipStation is your solution to getting somewhere with e-commerce, man. And in this day and age, if you're not selling stuff online, you're blowing it. So let's start selling more stuff. I know I started selling more stuff. Now it's your turn. And do it well by going to ShipStation.com, using the promo code STEVO. Again, you hit that little mic at the top of the page and then plug in the promo code STEVO. You're off and running for 60 days for free. No hassle shipping. Man, come on. It's time to make ship happen. So yeah, dude. Get on over to ShipStation.com. And now let's talk about money.
Yes.
I got to ask my question then. What was the first thing you did with your first big paycheck? What would you buy?
Steak and an appetizer.
Just a steak and I mean, you didn't
Well,
just say, fuck it,
here,
like
this is the it's not a sexy answer, but I think this is must be nice. Must be nice to be rich, right? Must be nice to have your own Sprinter van.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if I had, you know, all the haters and like, oh, if I had your money, I would do, you know, and I go, I do the same shit when I was poor, you know, like,
Right.
It's like
Dude.
you get this, right? You're like, must be nice to be Jackass 4 and a multi-million, and you're like, wait, like I was doing stunts when I had nothing with grocery carts.
Right.
Like, so it's a weird thing to say to someone, like, I hitchhiked all over the world before I had a dime. I begged for rides. I begged to stay at people's houses. I was a world traveler with no money, right?
Yeah.
I've paint. I used to steal spray paint and just paint. Like, food that I couldn't afford, I would shoplift. So like, I'm not, you know, saying you should do this, but I did whatever I wanted.
Right.
So when the money hit the bank account, not that it's not important, it just was like, whatever, you know. And then I did all the pitfalls. I bought all the cars. I bought all the shit, and I was like, I don't need any of this stuff. Like, my life is very simple, right? Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, I don't have that much stuff now. Like, I'm trying to go more minimal, and almost all my resources and time is to just like helping people and doing that. But you know, the headlines is like richest artist in the world, and to be honest, like, when I met Mark Zuckerberg and Sean Parker, I didn't believe in their company. And, you know, I've talked about all this stuff. And I wasn't on social media. And I probably still wouldn't be on. I mean, I'm on social. I have a social media presence, but it's not me. Like my social, you know, I know this is all douchey shit. My social media team does that, you know. And so, yeah, I was like, Facebook, MySpace. I don't like what I have friends. Like, I don't need this shit. It seems so stupid. So when Facebook started taking over MySpace, because you remember how gigantic that was, I wasn't even paying attention. So like my whole life is gambling. So I have all these things that I would bet on, and some of them paid off and some of them didn't. And that was one that was paying off, but I wasn't even paying attention to it because my art career was taking off. My paintings were selling for like more money than I, you know, but I wasn't like as well known, and the gambling was taking off. I mean, I was
started winning.
I figured I kind of don't like talking about it because
You don't want to encourage
Take a
people to
shit.
gamble.
I don't, yeah, because people hit you up all the time about how to be like Steve-O or Jack, you know, all that kind of shit, and it's this is what I would say, because my art teacher caught me once giving advice after I caught up, and he's like, you know, the advice you give is very dangerous because you're giving it to like normal people who aren't like you, and I think you and I are, I know this sounds very like braggadocious, but I think we're really good at making it look like we're just having a good time and fucking around and making it look easy and just acting stupid and crazy. And it doesn't account for the years of discipline and all the boring shit that we don't show, right? Like, oh, look at that guy, he's just throwing paint. I'm like, bro, do you know what I do after the camera's off? I just, and like, the clown school you went to, the stunt, like all this fucking practice. And then when the camera's on, you just do it and you're like, oh, he's just fucking around. So, you know, yeah, so people, it's more fun. It's more fun for me when I read the headlines, even like it's when I go watch the Social Network movie by David Fincher. It's like
I liked that movie.
It's fucking awesome, but it's just not true most of
Every
it.
time
I was there for all of it. I'm like, wow, that is like the most exaggerated, like intense, like Hollywood made up version, and it was just not that. You know, yeah, sure, it happens, right?
Is there a documentary version of it that's actually accurate?
I'm trying to think. Maybe the documentary version would be even more crazy.
Every time I think about Mark Zuckerberg, I think about the actor that played him in the movie.
And like,
He was epic.
and I'm friends with Sean Parker. And then when I think about, hey, like Justin,
Sean Parker is the Napster guy.
yeah,
Right.
Justin Timberlake.
yeah, and him
JT.
goes, you know, $1 million. You know what's cool? $1 billion, or like,
How about just? How about just Facebook, not the Facebook?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
You know, I heard something like from a few different places just very recently that I just absolutely loved, and I couldn't believe that I didn't like. It didn't occur to me sooner. But the idea that money doesn't change people; it simply amplifies the way that they already are.
interesting.
This is something that I first heard Khabib, the fighter, Khabib Nurmagomedov, he said it about Conor McGregor. You know, like a lot of people want to give Conor McGregor a pass because he just came into like hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's going to make you, he said, Khabib said, no, it's like whatever you are, money makes you more of that.
And what do you agree with that?
I do, and I've since heard that in multiple other contexts that I can't, you know.
Well, I think that's true. Like in the short time that I've known you, like you have money and you're sending people to get help in Colombia. Like that's what you decide to do with your money, you know. And but then that goes to the question of like, who are we? Are we evil? Are we villains? And are we good people? Are we the, you know? I guess part of that is let me try like if I close my eyes, right, and I go, holy fuck, I never need to move again. I never need to move again, right? Like I'm talking about a contraption that will, like I can hire enough people for the rest of my life where I just don't have to do anything. I didn't have to walk to this van. I could have had someone like carry me here, like
Hannibal Lecter.
So if I think like that, then it's like, holy fuck, you know. Then like you don't know this life until you have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people are like, oh man, you hang out with all these rich people. It's like, look, there's these isms, right? More money, more problems. With money is power. With great power comes great responsibility. Like these things are all true for a reason, you know. And I could be like, well, I didn't want this responsibility. And, you know, in that case, I kind of sound like Spider-Man. Like, I didn't want this. It's like, well, you have it now, right? So you have a responsibility that you didn't want, and now you got to do something with it. And so that's what I'm doing. I don't really, like, talk about it that much. Like, one of the things, you know, 5-7 years ago was when I was, like, the most out of my fucking mind, you know? And part of getting better is service work, right? And like I'm not like, I don't fucking need to lift a finger. I'm not you know, like, oh, you want me to help someone? Here's a check. And they're like, that's easy to write a check for you. Like you gotta like put your effort and action, you know. So I'm like super into animals. I'm super into like dolphin therapy, horse therapy. And like the first time I did horse therapy, have you done it? Equine therapy.
Scott knows all about it.
My sponsor is like the
you're
guy
in
for
program?
equine. Yeah.
Okay.
For equine therapy on the East Coast and West Coast. So.
All right. So like the first time I did horse therapy, I don't know how to ride a horse. So I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to ride a horse. And they're like, oh, no, you don't even touch the horse. And I was like, what? What the fuck? And they're like, horse therapy is like, or the ones I did was like, how do you get horse from point A to point B without touching it? So then you see all the addicts go, get over there, or like trying to bribe him with the apple. And it's just like when you calm down, the horse mirrors you, right? So when you calm down, the horse calms down. So, and then it follows you. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like I want to do something with that. So I was living in Arizona a few years ago, and I volunteered at this ranch who does equine therapy with at-risk youth, like kids with autism and just special needs, and addicts. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna become like this horse. And they go, we don't need we need tons of volunteers, but we have enough of those people. We need people to shovel shit. And in my mind, because, you know, I'm like, dude, I'm fucking Dave Choe. Like, you know how much, like, I'll fucking hire a team of people to shovel, you know? That's my ego flaring up, right? I'm like, I'm not fucking shoveling shit. And then my sponsor at the time's like, bro, we're shoveling shit. That's what you're doing. And my ego is just like out of control. It's like, I am 100%. How is this going to help me get better? It's like, you don't know what you don't know till you try it, right? Mm-hmm. So I shoveled shit for almost a year. I went there every day complaining, like, you know, and I went under there for like a different name because I didn't want anyone to like Google me and, you know, and I'm just like watching kids, and like in my mind I'm like, I love fucking teaching kids, I love like helping people, like I want to do that shit over there. And they're like, yeah, so there's more manure here. And you know, and you know, that kind of shit, when you smell like it all day, even if you shower, right? So I'm smelling like shit, but during break time, like I'm doodling, like. And so one day the lady that owns the whole ranch is like, hey Johnny, hey Johnny, you're like really good at drawing. And I was like, oh, thanks. And she goes, you know, we're having a special event this weekend for like victims of abuse. Like, do you want to come and draw portraits of them? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, and then once again the ego's like, motherfucker, do you know how much I charge for this
yeah,
shit?
you know
like,
what you're getting right now?
What do you think, I'm working at Magic Mountain? Like, what am I, a fucking clown? $15 you know,
character.
And I go, yes, I'll do that, you know. So I get there that weekend, and it's like a special day, and it's like all these services for like, you know, these people that have been abused. It's like free hair, free manicure, like free clothes, like all these people setting up. And so I sit down with like my little easel, and it was all sexually trafficked, you know, victims of like ex-prostitutes, you know. And, you know, I had been with, I don't know how many prostitutes in my life, you know, all over the world. And I just froze up, had to take a shit, kind of just hid in the bathroom. And I was like, I should just go home. Like, I just felt I just felt shame. I was just like, man, I've been a part of this, and this is not this. I can't.
It's heavy.
I can't be here, you know. And as I start to walk out the door, the lady's like, "Hey, Johnny, you know, the first woman, you know, she's ready," and she's like so uncomfortable because she's like, no one's ever. I've only been looked at as like a sexual being. I've just been used by men, and I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. So I sit there, and I start drawing her, and I'm like, I gotta make this like the best drawing I've ever done in my life. So I'm like, and I'm a little rusty because all I've been doing is shoveling shit, you know. So I'm like drawing her, and I'm trying to make her as beautiful, and I'm like really seeing her, and then she just starts crying because she's like, I've never had anyone draw my portrait, and like,
Jesus.
You know. So she goes, takes it to all the other women there, and she's like, this guy over there just drew that. So then the line starts forming, and I'm like, holy fuck, like, this is crazy. And there was like 50 women there that day, and all of them have like the most heartbreaking, you know, the worst stories ever. And you know, the event started at noon or something, and they were only gonna go till 5, and I stayed till midnight, and I drew all of them, and like everyone went home, and I was still there, and it just like broke me, you know, just like destroyed me. And there's a part of my ego that's like, hey guys, you know, I'm famous, you could sell this thing, and you know, but it was so raw and so personal, and I go, anyone could write a check, which I do that also, right? And I tend to do that anonymously. I don't like being, hey, the Dave Choe part of this, you know. I just do that, but I'm like, I have a skill. I can give back, like I can help people. So like that's how I spend my time. I stopped selling my art in 2009. So that's all I do now. I do murals. I do anything where my art can be seen or received for free online, murals, posters, whatever, where I just give away, or doing murals with kids or people that have been like, you know, that's my work. And
when you did the drawings of all these 50 women, you say it broke you, but the way that you told that story, it was so beautiful. It seems to me that would have been on some level healing.
Oh, I mean, it broke me, and it healed me. You know, it's just like I think I just like cried the entire drive home that day, and then just the whole thing of addicts don't care about other people. Addicts don't give a shit about. And just to clarify, anyone listening, and it's not a competition, I'm not a drug addict. I'm not a alcoholic. I'm a sex addict, a gambling addict, recovering, food addict, alcohol, you know, workaholic, all the process addictions, you know, shopping, sex, food, love, all those things. And like the final ones that I'm struggling with are food and work.
Tell me about
Me
it.
too.
Right? Like, I mean, when I met Steve-O, this is my first conversation. He comes into my house, I'm, you know, the Koreatown house, and I'm painting him for the show, and he's like, bro, I'm skyjacking. he's like, he's like explaining to me, I don't ever watch porn again. I don't watch porn anymore. I'm like, tell me how you did it. And then in the next breath, he goes, so I'm watching porn as I'm jerking out, and I go, wait, what? He goes, yeah, I was trying to come right as I pulled the parachute, and I had to watch porn. I go, and it's what I say all the time, and it's our like loophole. It's for work, but it was for work, right? For guys like us that turned our hobbies into our careers, it's like, oh, I'm gonna do the most fucked up shit that's not okay, but it's for work, right?
I mean, legit, it is the only time I watched porn in years.
Amazing. No judging, bro. By the way, I'm just saying, like,
and I'm also a drug addict, and I did the riding the bicycle thing with the general anesthesia drug.
Yeah,
you know, that's like taking drugs for work. That was even more scary.
That's like David saying, like, okay, I'm gonna start painting prostitutes that I fuck while I fuck them.
Well, I did that, painting it, but I did do that.
Did you really?
Yeah, there was so many things that I did in my addiction that I didn't want to do, but content. Oh, this is gonna be in my book later.
Yeah, wow.
Like this is gonna be in the documentary. This is gonna be, you know,
Yeah.
everything is gonna be a dope story for when I get to Wild Ride one day. you know,
Yeah.
with the blue lighting in the back. And so when I say addicts don't give a fuck, I mean, they just want what they want. They don't think about like, oh, I'm going to kill myself or I'm going to overdose. They don't think about how that's going to affect their family, their families,
Yeah.
like all the people around them. It's just like this behavior is just like a tornado just ripping through. And so I'm like, oh, I'm horny. I want to have sex right now.
Selfish.
I'm going to get a prostitute. She comes. She's like a supermodel that's doing this on the side. I'm like, oh, she's not like a sex traffic worker, you know. And there's no consideration of her trauma, of where she's from, how she ended. It's just like, I want what I want right now. And she's selling her body and I'm willing to buy it. So we're adults and we're, you know, it's all
Yeah.
good. So I don't see the problem there, you know. And that's just my life. I was like, everyone's an adult. Everyone's making their decisions, good and bad. And so when I say that broke me, that's what I'm talking about. It just like,
I went to I was doing an S program too, and when I went through my inventory,
yeah.
my sponsor at the time owned a women's battered shelter, and so I went there and like, you know, I put in hours, you know,
Yeah.
for each number on the list that I couldn't make amends to or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was there for a while, and you know, finally got to know some of the girls, and they were like, you know, what are you doing here? And they all crowded around, and I was like, you know, I'm making amends for like I was an asshole to women and this and that. That fucked me up because I was like, as I'm telling them why I'm there, there's like little girls around them, and I'm just like looking at all these girls like, dude, like fuck.
Yeah.
It was heavy.
But this is how change happens, right? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, my final area, my problem area is work and food. Like, and so I'm sitting at the doctor's office going, in my entitlement issues, that's my character defect, right? I'm like, I'm rich. I do all these good things for people and a lot of things that people don't know about. And I'm this good dude that's just like helping people. So I should eat whatever the fuck I want. And if I want to get healthy, I should do the Michael Jackson shit and just like the chamber and all, you know. And I sit there and I go, no, I'm not going to do this shit. Like, it feels very addicty. I feels like if the stem cell thing goes well, that I'll keep coming back and I'll basically be living in Colombia and getting it shot up into every part of my body. And if there's the, you know, so I said no for now. I walked out of there. And then I went into sad guy victim mode of like, you know, I'm just like, just be the fat guy. People like you better when you're fatter. Like you're, you know.
I mean, you're giving yourself a pretty hard time. You're not,
I
you know.
I wish yeah, all right. So then I go on, this is all happening around the same time. Then I go on Rich Roll, and then he, like I said, he didn't say shit. I gave myself the hard time. I'm like,
Yeah.
this motherfucker, because I'm reading just his first chapter, and he's like, couldn't walk up the steps, like, you know, I was like, and you know, very similar, like I'm in my 40s and like I have everything to live for, and yet I can't even. So I sit there and I go, fuck, man, I can't get my shit to, like, I can't. And I know that there's Overeaters Anonymous. I know there's food programs I could get involved with. So I decided to get healthy for the best possible reason, a reality television show.
Wow.
So I get hit up 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, I get hit up. Now, let me see how
For
true.
FX?
No, not for FX, and I'm trying to figure out how most truthfully I could tell this story without getting anyone in trouble. I'll try, and I guess.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because so much of what you've been talking about, it really points to shame. you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
With Rich Roll, you're like, I gave myself all this shame, and you know, like you seem to have a real knack for beating yourself up. And there's a saying like, if anybody else was like treated me the way I treat me, I'd fucking kill that person. You know, like,
yeah.
and so my question is, do you think that it's actually the motivation or the addiction is to shame?
Oh, fuck yeah, bro. We like that shit.
Right, because like with
How did it feel being called crackhead by Conor McGregor?
Yeah, that-
as soon as I saw it, I was like, Steve-O's loving this shit.
loved it.
I was like, there's zero part of him that's offended by that.
Right, I absolutely loved it. But my example for that is like with food.
Yeah.
I would find myself, after a meal.
Yeah.
As soon as I'd swallowed my last bite, all of a
Right.
sudden I want sugar so bad. I'm turning into a werewolf, and I just want it I want the dessert. And then I start negotiating with myself and think, oh man, I want dessert, but I'm gonna feel bad if I eat the dessert. You know,
Right.
like, oh, I shouldn't do it. And then like I just somehow arrive at like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna fucking go for it. And then like the question becomes, this is a legitimate question, what was I actually choosing? Was I choosing to have the dessert, or was I choosing to have the beat myself up, the shame? Like, was that the reward that I was seeking? Like, there's some kind of fucking perverse pleasure or reward in shame, where that's actually why. I went
So
for the
people
dessert.
listening right now are like, I'm addicted to alcohol. I'm addicted to food. I'm addicted, whatever your addiction is, or whoever you love in your life is addicted to something. You're like, that's the problem. That magic spoon cereal, that heroin or whatever, it's the trauma, like the shame, right?
Yeah.
You're addicted to the shame. It's the
fucking shame.
codependence is the root of it. It's just the alcohol ends up being the
Symptom.
the dysfunctional, like self-medicating tool that you choose to deal with the trauma.
That's the hole inside that you can't fill with any of that.
Right. So that's it, right? And that's why people who aren't addicts have such a hard time understanding. They're like, wait, bro, you won $1 million at the blackjack table. Why are you still playing? Like any normal person would walk up, go have a party. But you want to sit there till you lose $10 million? And I'm like, kind of feels better. And they're like, wait, I don't, or like, wait, you had one drink and you got a good buzz going, you're having a good time. You want to keep drinking till you almost kill someone and like are puking and everyone's laughing at you, and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
And so, like, so in that way, and I swear I'm not trying to do this to plug the TV show. I know that show is dope. If for anyone who hasn't seen the Choe show, I'm like, that show's fucking dope. And I love it, and I'm so proud of, like, I don't have shame about it. I have a lot of pride about it, and it's just not doing as well as I thought. And so I go, why is that? And as soon as the show hit, two of the biggest celebrities on the planet, like, I'm not going to say their name, but like separately contacted me through my manager and
Brad Pitt, Scarlett Johansson.
Is Brad Pitt the big,
Tom Cruise.
that level. And they're like, it is insane what you're doing about awareness for addiction, mental health, just all this stuff. And you're talking it's so brave. And the whole time in my head, I'm like, dude, please be on my show. Please be on my show. And they're just big upping me. They're just blowing smoke up. They're like, it's fucking, like, it resonated. And I go, you want to be on the show? And they're like, hell no. I'm just calling you to let you know I'm glad you're doing it. I would never be on your show. And I'm like, can you plug it at least? And they're like, hell no. Because that means what? And it's shame again. Like, I have a friend who's a very close friend of mine, and he's like, I need to watch the Choe show like it's porn, because every time my wife comes in, I close the laptop and she's like, what are you watching? And he's like, I don't want to tell her because it's such a hard show to watch with the topics you talk about. Because if I watch it with my wife, we're going to have a talk about this stuff, and I don't want to have that talk. But on the flip side, like, there was an episode where it was just all about jerking off and how I can't stop jerking off, and how it's like in our society, we just turn into a joke, but it's a real problem. And another friend of mine watched it with his 16-year-old son, and because he has the apps to monitor his 16-year-old son who has a brand new cell phone, he's like, kids jerking off like crazy. Like, it's
After
like,
we watched it?
No, he
Just
can
in
he can
general,
see
in general,
on his
yeah.
phone what he's looking up, and it's just, and he's like, I have no idea, no tools on how to have this conversation with my son. So I'm like, let's watch this show together. They watched an episode, and then it's like, look, Steve-O jerks off while jumping out of planes. Dave jerks off. Like, he's like, it provided a space where I can have that conversation with his son. But because of the nature of so much of the things you talk about on that show are shameful, it's causing shame in me to even talk. Like, the network called me. They're like, bro, not one of your guests has plugged the show on social media. And why is that? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, and so then I start I'm like, man, the show must suck, but I know it doesn't suck. I know it's awesome. And it's like, well, maybe they don't want to talk. They don't want to promote the things that they talked about on there. And, there was a lot of episodes that got pulled because the guests were like, I'm not cool with that being out there. Like,
wow.
Yeah. And so, so shame is a powerful drug. and I could definitely get high off of it. So, and it's a, you know, like I've had sponsors that have been very loving and kind, and they're like, let's go through the steps, you know, and I'm like, you know, I kind of like being yelled at. I kind of like the more sergeant, like, hey, we're doing this or else, you know, because that ties into my trauma of like neglect and abandonment, you know, like, which is, you know, like, how do you measure neglect, you know? So yes, I think that's the missing component with most people when they're like, because at the end of the day, they're using logic, right? You're like, wait, does not compute A plus B equals C. Like, why? It's like, you're using logic to talk about things that are not logical. Like, why are you trying to, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't, like, first of all, every fucking billionaire I know is sick. They're mentally not. A normal person stops at $1 million. A normal person goes, I made $200 million this year. That's enough. To make $1 billion, there's some shit going on.
Yeah.
So when you go, you would never get $1 billion unless you were sick like that. You got to be fucked up to make $1 billion.
Well,
you know, like,
I saw that there was like a survey of people who, like, about financial security.
Yeah.
And the more money people have, the less financially secure they feel. Like, it was like reported that people with over $10 million of net worth felt like way more anxious about financial insecurity than like people like with like whatever.
I don't want to say everything I said on the Rich Roll podcast, but talking about it there reminded me of something while I was walking to here. Is in 1994, a band called Korn put out a song called spelled Faget, and it wasn't about like calling people. It was Jonathan Davis, the singer of that band. That's what people were calling him. And I was 15 at the time when that song came out, and I remember the songs. It was that song, and there's another song on Korn's It was their first album was called Korn. Daddy. It was like a 14-minute song at the end where he's just crying, and I just never heard anything like that. And in the trifecta of grunge music, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden being the third stepchild, there's a song called Slaves and Bulldozers where Chris Cornell hits every octave. It's like, now I know why you've been shaking. And it's like, all, like, in hindsight now, looking back at like all my heroes, like every single musician, athlete that I look up to has been sexually molested. All my favorite singers are sexually molested. All my favorite athletes are sexually molested. But I didn't know that at 15. And at 15 was right when I was getting into graffiti. And that movie Pump Up the Volume just came out with Christian Slater. And that's the first time I heard the word cock ring. So I went to right here where Trejo's Tacos or Trejo's Donuts is on Santa Monica was a sex shop. And that's where I shoplifted my first cock ring. And sorry, I'm all over the place. My dad, the only sex talk he ever had with me, this is the only thing, like, and I went to jail for shoplifting and graffiti when I was 15 also, is when he was driving me to do juvenile alternative work service, cleaning shit up on the freeway. He was like, he found my porn stash. You know, it was a telephone.
Were you holding it for someone else?
That's what I told him.
Did you ever say that?
Oh yeah, that's like you know.
Yeah, dude. No, it's not mine. It's just mine.
Yeah.
Every time
it
I got
was
called
John
anything,
Lee's.
it
That's
was
what I
somebody
said.
else.
I remember. I was like, it's John Lee's and Eddie's. Like like
I didn't even come up with the name of whose. I'm just not. I'm holding it for my friend.
Well, no, because my
Which friend? I don't know.
my brother was working at Big Brother, so all the hustlers were stashed in my closet.
yeah,
and he was
yeah.
like,
Oh, you actually were holding.
I was holding it. No, I don't know. I mean, they're just piled in my room. I had like 500 because he worked at Hustler.
Yeah, and so I had this porn stash, which was a telephone book, and then I glued on the inside of each telephone book with a glue stick, like a page out of Victoria's Secret or something I saw in some. It wasn't like I didn't have access to like Big Brother and that stuff yet, but later on I got some good stories for that. And then I would put that telephone book with another normal telephone book, and I would like hide it. Like I hid it well, but because I just got arrested, part of the probation officer was like, go through their room, like see if they have drugs, weapons. So he found it, and so while he was driving me back from like picking trash off the freeway, he's like, you know, me and your mother, we're Christians, so we can't have stuff like this in the house. And I was like, oh, that's John Lee's. He came over and he's like, yeah, well, whoever it is, it's gone. And then he like pauses for a second and says, you know, I was young too, you know, and it's just normal to have boners. And I'm like, oh God, please. And he goes, you know, I'll tell you what my teacher told me when I was hitting puberty in Korea. He's like, take a cold shower, because a boner is blood. It's a lot of blood to your penis. And I'm just like, fuck, dude, stop talking to me. And he goes, and just run your boner away. Just go outside and just run, and then that blood will redistribute as you're running. And so that was the first and only talk I've ever had with my dad about sex. And, you know, within that, you know, I never stopped crying, by the way, because of like I was, you know, until I was like 27. So I go and I shoplift this cock ring, and basically this was my I'm realizing it now as I'm saying it out loud. It was a ritual. I'd steal spray paint because I couldn't afford it. I'd get like as jacked up as I can, you know, like that boner you have when you're a teenager when you can like hammer nails with it. And then I put a cock ring around it so I could just be hard the whole time, like literally. And then I would start punching my face while listening to screaming at myself, you're a and like blood would be like dripping on my shirt and on my dick, and listening to Slaves and Bulldozers, Soundgarden, like Korn, and I would just almost, I guess I was getting high. I was putting myself into like a shame, like you're a piece of shit, you're nothing, and no one can touch you, no one can do anything to you, because now you've just hyped yourself up by listening to nu metal. You've hyped yourself up by like literally getting the blood going out of your face. You're literally hard down here. And then I would just go out, and in the same way, Steve-O is a very typical Korean name. David Choe is the same thing as being named John Smith. And I would go out and tag David Choe. Like I didn't have a cool gang. And I would just write my name all over the city. I'd draw this like stupid whale, and I would just be so happy. I was like, I am breaking the law. I'm vandalizing. I'm stealing the tools to vandalize with. No one can beat me up because I just beat myself up. No one can call me anything because I just called myself that. And it was the happiest I ever was, because I had nothing. I didn't have a dime to my name. I didn't have anything. And so when you, and I'm sorry I'm like all over the place, but when you say people get less financially or like secure as they get more money, that did happen to me. Because it's like, even doing a show like on TV is, wait a second.
You want to hear something that fucked me up?
Yeah.
This saying, a poor man only has to worry about his next meal, but a rich man has to worry about his last meal.
Interesting.
That fucked up, dude.
Yeah, that's super
fucked up. If your next meal is all covered, and then we're like, hey, dude, you get dark when you're. It's not being in the present. You know?
Yes, of course, it's future tripping.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's like, fuck, man. When I don't have anything, I just do whatever I want. I fucking hitchhike. I do this and that, and then wait, the financial security and freedom that should be coming from being filthy fucking rich is now I'm like a stressed induced shit, like
right.
And like I love FX. Like FX is fucking awesome. They've created some of the best TV shows I've ever watched. The Shield, Sons of Anarchy, all that stuff. But in the same way, there's rules to being on TV.
Bad too, huh?
Yeah. Oh no, that's AMC.
Oh, right. Okay.
But like this,
Sunny in Philadelphia.
this is dope. Steve-O calls me, I come, we fucking shoot the shit in the car, and it's like, and then you put it out, you know, like when you do TV, there's rules, there's regulations,
right.
And it feels weird to be like, I'm fucking rich. I can make machines that work me out while I'm sleeping. I can do, you know, and now there's someone telling me, oh, you got to cut this scene or you can't do this. And it's like, I'm not used to hearing people say no to me. So it's like, and then it's like, well, if I say the wrong thing and I get canceled and I get the people will take things from me, and that's all like perception. Like I and that's kind of like the life I live, which is stress free. I, for the most part, I don't do podcasts. I just chill. I paint with kids. Like I spend time at I do all this stuff, and I don't like talking about it because I don't want to be that guy. And my therapist said, you should kind of check yourself on that, because you get kind of, even like telling that story, like you get so hyped up when you're like, hey, and I used to fucking beat myself up and steal and do all this shit. And then like when you're like, oh, like you're almost ashamed about the good work you do. Like you don't want to talk about it because then you're that guy that's like, hey, So anyways, you're correct. I get high off shame. I'm working on it. And so I'm sitting there 2.5 weeks ago, and I'm like, I'm not going to lose all this weight with this machine that I'm not going to pay for, not with the stem cell, still open, I guess, but I didn't do that dive yet, the Jeff Bezos anti-aging pay for all this shit dive, and kind of just settling into I'm a fucking fat guy. And then I get hit up. All right, I won't say I guess I could talk about it without saying. So it's a reality show in the vein of, and I love these shows, competitive, like survival shows, like Survivor, Naked and Afraid, Amazing Race. Like I love those shows. Like I love that. So I just never thought I'd get hit up to be on one of those shows. And they're like, and it's filming in 2 weeks. And I'm like, wait a second. What the fuck, dude? Like, who dropped out? And they're
like, click.
They're like, got COVID. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, I know I'm not like an A-list dude. Like, so I'm like literally the last guy. And I'm like, if you're calling me, that means you probably called Steve-O and everyone.
I might have gotten a call.
I'm like, and the guy's like, I'm not trying to be like used car salesman, but the offer's out to 10 people. So whoever gets back first is, and in my mind, I'm like,
but then again, I think the one I got called about, we could talk about it after.
Yeah,
after. But I think it would have already happened for some reason.
I'm betting it's probably the same. Well, we'll see. But it's a show to test like your limits, and
there's a charitable component.
There's a charitable component to it, and so.
And it's for network TV.
It's network TV, so I'm like, it can't get more populous than that, right? FX it's a major network.
I wonder with the landscape of fucking streaming and everything,
This is so funny.
like if networks are even dead, but.
So everyone that I know, and this gets into some douchey talk, but all the showbiz people I know are like, networks are dead. They're not dead, but they're on their way out.
They certainly aren't what
They're
they
trying
used
to compete
They're in
with
hospice.
Well, this is how I know.
The question was commercials.
The last time I saw Steve-O out in public in the wild was at the Conor McGregor fight.
Right.
And for me, I haven't been out forever. And so, and it's like, it's such a strange, like, microcosm of like how the universe and social behavior, but we go to the fight and here's like the VIP section for the super VIPs and the kind of VIPs and
billionaire row.
Right.
Row.
Yeah. And it's like, and I rolled in with Sia, who I think is
Dude, she's amazing.
She's the best. So you see all these celebrities that you've seen on TV, and you're all sitting next to each other, and like, so you feel like everyone kind of feels, but it's like first day of like kindergartner, like,
yeah,
it's like, do I just, hey,
you all know each other, but you don't
know each other at all, and I'm with a group of people our age and like younger kids, so I think Mel Gibson was sitting next to you.
Right.
Really?
He was a row or two in front.
So, and I'm sitting adjacent, right? And the kids that I'm sitting with, they're like in their 20s, and they're like, "Who is that?" Like, people are like, some people are booing him, some people are waving him, because we were there early, right? Like,
right.
And
I was super psyched to see you.
Oh, I was psyched to see you too.
Yeah.
And I was doing a selfie video, like, hey, I'm at the fight, and then like, because I'm with some famous people, I see Mel Gibson like, scanning my area, and like right when he made eye contact with me, I flicked him off, and but I was filming it, like I have a video of it.
Oh yeah.
And he saw it, and he saw it, and I'm like, felt horrible immediately after, because I'm like, fuck that racist, like, and I don't know the guy, right?
Yeah.
Like he might be like an awesome guy, but just in my mind, I got caught up with like, fuck Mel Gibson, and I was filming myself, and I did this, and it was right when we made eye contact, and I could see actually he was a little bummed out, and maybe I'm making that up, but I saw in his eyes like a miniature death, like like, oh wow.
I had a weird encounter with him that night.
Oh, you did?
I mean, I'm not
He
even sure
flipped
what
Steve
it
off.
was. I'm not even sure what it was, but I acknowledged him in some way, and I felt like, ooh, like he wasn't stoked about it, you know?
Oh,
I don't know. Like, I can't say for sure, but it felt like kind of crappy.
yeah.
He just wasn't happy to meet you or something.
Yeah, there's some.
like,
You're like,
Right.
hey, what's up, dude? Big fan. He's like, go.
Yeah.
No, Steve-O is like the best at, because everyone loves him.
Yeah.
And you could tell, like, you love fighting more than anyone. And like,
I do enjoy watching. The
and
fights,
the
man.
thing is, I do too, but I feel shame about it because I'm like,
Why?
Yeah, what's
Because
wrong
I'm like,
with me?
because
Why am I
that
watching
fight,
people get hurt?
because that fight,
We talked about
the
this.
dude that got pummeled, right? I forgot. I should know his name.
You mean that was Sugar Sean O'Malley fought?
Oh.
The
yeah,
guy
the
just,
green
like,
hair.
Portugal guy.
Right, and to see it on TV is one thing. To be sitting there and hearing the
Feel
bloody,
like it's in the
and
Coliseum.
the guy won't go down, and everyone's on their feet screaming. By the way, if you ever got into fighting, I'm like, not to say that you were that guy. You have your superpower is you're able to disassociate, to feel no pain.
Yeah, I don't know,
you would be a great fighter.
Yeah, you laughed when Umaga fucking
Yeah,
knocked you unconscious.
It's like when I saw Dana White. It would be great to put on a fight between me and Justin Bieber, because Justin Bieber can throw a punch and I can take a punch.
So I feel immediately horrible. I send the video to my guy who uploads all my social media. I'm like, hey, throw this video of me like flicking off Mel Gibson. He's like, is that really in line with like your like who you are today? And I go, don't put it up. 10 seconds later, Trump walks into the building, and I do it again. He sits there, he's walking through his entourage, and I hang over and I go, like I wanted to get it like right in his face, and then I go, also don't know the guy, right? Like I hear of what he's done, but like I don't
Yeah.
know that guy, and I go,
I mean, we know enough about Trump to.
but I felt bad. I'm like, that's the answer to flick. Like, so anyways, the point is, we're at these fights. The kids, they don't know who Jared Leto is. They don't know who the fuck Mel Gibson is.
Yeah.
Then the Nelk boys come in.
Everybody's going nuts.
Everyone's going nuts. And I'm like, I have no fucking idea who this guy is.
It's crazy.
Logan Paul comes in with his brother. They go nuts. It's like, that's who the celebrities are. Like, Brad Pitt is not A-list anymore.
Right.
You said something pretty interesting to me when we had dinner recently. You were saying that you've got this motivation to be remembered forever, and like, dude, it's not gonna happen, dude. Like you're not even like 100 years from now, like
It's
not gonna.
It's like getting in a car and getting in an Uber, and then like Smells Like Teen Spirit comes on, and the 25-year-old kid driving the car is like, oh, what is this? And I go, you don't know fucking Nirvana? And I go, oh yeah, that's classic rock now. Jay-Z is old people music. Like,
Yeah.
people that live
Yeah.
their life for legacy, it's like, bro, it's a rap. It's a rap, dude. It's a
Yeah.
fucking rap. Like, no one is gonna give a fuck about you. And like, there's so much shit. There's so like,
Right.
and that's what people want. They want authenticity. They want these things. And so for my ego, I go, oh, okay, here's the usual suspects that are gonna be on this survival show. Washed up actors, a fat guy, a black guy, a crazy woman. Like, they got the whole thing. And I'm like, so I'm sure I'm being cast as the crazy guy. And because the guy was desperate and then they're like trying to find the last guy, he told me who the other guests were and all this other shit that he wasn't supposed to. And so in my mind I go, oh, he thinks I weigh 205 right now. He thinks I'm like out of shape. I'm gonna get fucking jacked. I'm gonna get ripped. I'm gonna come in prepared. I'm gonna have fucking research on every single one of these guests. I'm gonna have a sketchbook. I'm gonna have like drawings of them so I can like manipulate them. And then on the show, I'm gonna play the most empathetic, caring, basically me, like who I am. But then when they do the camera self-confessional, I'm gonna be like the heel, the evil guy, and I'm writing all this shit. and guys in my recovery group and my therapist are like, you're in your addiction right now. Of being an attention whore, of like your ego, like, and I go, no, I'm not, because this show is about charity and about help, and it's about being, it's trying to be a feel good show, right?
Right.
So I go, in all the ways that I feel like my show failed, like it didn't become like this big thing. This is a major network. It's populist. If they dumb down my message to like 30%, 40% of what I say, even that's enough, you know? And And so I just, in a very unhealthy way, start working out 4 hours a day. I lost 15 pounds in 2 weeks. And yeah, I'm doing all that shit. I'm doing the cryotherapy, the UV, and all this stuff. And it's just like, dude, I gotta do it. It's like, it's some of that Messiah martyr complex. Like, I gotta go on this show. I gotta make it my show.
So you are gonna do it?
I said no. I said no. And about that, I feel mostly relief, and a tiny bit of sadness and regret. You know.
Huh.
You wanted to be the heel for a charity show.
Yeah. You didn't hear the shame part?
I love it.
It's like there's something very satisfying about people calling you a crackhead, people people hating you, and you know that, right?
Yeah.
You go do something and people are like, and I'm sitting here talking shit about my own show. The people who watch it love it.
Dude,
they fucking
the feedback I got.
I fucking loved it, but it's like that.
But I focus on the one thing that they don't like, and then that's where my attention is, because that feels more.
Well, it's like the comment section of YouTube, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But the shame addiction is like freeing, almost the way you're explaining. It's like everyone's fear is like that people will hate you, that you'll be this enemy. So like you do it, or like now you're free. You know, like now that worst thing that can happen to you. And like I watched your show in a room full of people, super uncomfortable.
Why are you sitting back there?
Why am I back here?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is just where my seat is.
But are you?
I'm ashamed of myself. I put myself over here.
No, I've watched the show so many times. Do you ever sit up here?
Yeah, I'm like for Zooms. I'm sometimes here,
Oh, okay.
but I'm never back there.
You're so handsome.
No,
I wanna
thanks,
see
dude.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But
sorry,
but we
sorry.
watched your show in a group of people, super uncomfortable. But then we're like, oh, we got to watch another one. Like we felt, discomfort watching it, but there's also something really freeing and like relieving about like, okay, like the fear is like, what if I have to sit next to someone and feel uncomfortable and like sit next to my girlfriend while we watch this like thing about jacking off, but like now we did it and like you feel better, you know. It's kind of like puts you through your worst fear, and maybe that's part of the shame addiction. It's like you're free after that because the fear is shame, you know.
Yeah, and like one of the episodes that got pulled, I feel like you and me like are very similar. Like we're very comfortable, like being a victim or being I'll just speak for myself. I'm very comfortable when people hate me. Like I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm in my comfort zone.
I don't know that I could say
You're not that way.
I do not
Yeah,
like it. I totally don't want people to hate me.
But just like the Conor McGregor thing, like when he called you a crackhead on Twitter, like
that was silly.
I can. That's,
He liked the attention.
Of course,
Yeah.
and that's what I mean. When people hate me, they usually hate like when I'm paying attention. They're like, and you were on episode 4, you did this, and I'm like, you hate me so much, yet you watched everything I do. You pay attention to my career, so it's like I know you're a fan, and you're just trying to get attention in your way. And me getting the shame of you humiliating me or writing hurtful things is also attention for me, you know? So, I that's the thing that the show has been unbelievably received by the people who watched it and loved it. And I'm sitting here focusing on like, oh, well, this guy didn't retweet it or post it. And like,
dude, you said none of your guests post about it on social media. And I was like, fuck, but it's not that I didn't want to promote your show. I just never promote anything. Like I don't even promote my fucking shit. I just don't. I go on a show. I never promote it, no matter what it is. Pretty much.
I was not calling you out in any
No, I mean,
way.
I didn't think you were. I didn't think that you were. But
now promote my shit.
but now we certainly got the chance to.
Yeah, it's a really cool show. I highly recommend it. Honestly, Let's go.
Dude.
But there is shame in how to like to do a show like that, and like I can be proud. Like I am proud of the show I put out, and then to have so many people like pat me on the back and give me the attaboys and be like, bro, like it's such a brave thing and like all that. That gives me shame.
Right.
The good part is like, oh fuck, dude, I'm not used to like I'm used to doing something and then being polarizing and half the people hate and this and that, and like even yeah, that was. I'm just thinking of how we ended up having dinner at Sia's house because I went to the fights with Sia.
Yeah.
And we saw
We're
you.
gonna
With,
go to see his thing on Sunday.
oh, you're going on Sunday?
Yeah, we're gonna come.
All right, I gotta get to your place where I can just enjoy it, because I'm like, I'm in this place where my life is about helping people, and in a way it always has, and yet I just enjoy someone's, like, I like it when the legs break. I hear when the when
you mean with the fights?
I enjoy, like, it's not a fight without the knockout and something being like.
Hey, dude, why don't we
it's-
watch the fights together?
Oh my god! Because I feel, that's what I'm telling you. Like, I feel like it's like eating like a cake that you shouldn't eat when you're diabetic or something. But people are like, dude, chill the fuck out and just watch.
Did I tell you about when I met Neil Donald Walsh, the Conversations with God author, and I told him I'm coming from,
Yeah.
like, I'm here to hear
Yes.
you speak about spirituality, and I'm going to a UFC event. Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with me?
Right.
Like, is that wrong? And he said, I wouldn't choose to go to a UFC fight, but like, I encourage you to enjoy yourself. Right? That's what he said.
Are you encouraging me to enjoy myself?
Yeah.
If I went to see a fight with you, I would 100% enjoy myself, and all this shame, guilt would go away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to the fights this
Oh,
weekend.
you're gonna watch it?
Yeah, just watching it on TV.
Oh fuck, I'll go watch it with you.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
And we don't need to drag this on any longer. I think we've done a wonderful
Dude,
job of
You
opening
didn't shit
our,
once.
I'm feeling shame right now.
Why?
Why?
I've realized I used to have a podcast called DVDASA, and I'd go for 4 to 6 hours.
Oh yeah.
And,
oh, dude,
um,
this is longer than this.
Oh,
will be-
really?
Oh,
This
yeah,
was a
we
long
never-
one for
we
us,
never
yeah.
even-
Oh,
we
shit, I
never
wish-
got
Usually an hour. We
You know, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I watch mostly the clips.
Oh, dude, all good.
Hey.
Dude,
So I
all
didn't
good.
know how long they go.
Dude, like, but the mark is generally 1 hour.
Oh,
Sometimes
okay.
it's shorter.
Okay, shit.
This
yeah,
is,
give or take.
So
This is
I don't
perfect.
podcast that much, but when I used to, it was 4 to 6 hours. So when I go on Rich
Oh,
Roll
easy.
or I go on Bobby Lee's, and they go, "All right," even though you're telling me that most podcasts
I'll
are an
be
hour,
there with
my
this-
mind goes immediately to, I'm not being interested enough. They're
No,
cutting
no.
me off.
No.
no, I
Please.
just.
Nah, this is awesome.
This is 100% way longer than
All right,
usual.
all right, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And dude,
You've been
dude, like,
fantastic.
I didn't even get into my Steve-O stories, but all right,
Dude, you've
I'll
been-
come
Every now
back.
and again,
Dude,
dude.
you've been fantastic.
Can we do a part
and,
two? I would
and,
love
and
to.
I just think that, you know, and I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I'm meaner to me than anybody else. But just fucking give yourself a break over here.
Can I do a Steve-O impression?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking Steve-O. I'm fucking so mean to myself. I fucking shop Goodfellas clothes at Target. I fucking eat all this magic spoon. I do cocaine with Mike Tyson. I fucking embarrass the Wu-Tang Clan. Thanks for listening to my show, Wild Ride. I don't promote shit. I care about the climate. I care about dogs. I care about the stimulus package and COVID, but I don't give a fuck about myself. I stick shark food in my ass and I swim with sharks. I fucking jack off while I jump out of airplanes and I light myself on fire. Come check me out on tour. Steve-O, Wild Ride. Listen to the podcast. Fuck yeah. Yeah, dude.
I love it, dude. We gotta cut that clip out, dude. That was great.
Yeah, dude. I love it, man. Fucking. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, dude. Doing that podcast with us legitimately stressed David Choe out. Man, I'm not happy that that's the case, but I am super honored that he did it. You know, like what a bro. I've actually been seeing him more regularly, and just considering him a friend, which is crazy. You know, like I've got rich friends. Thank you for sticking around. And yeah, dude, life is good, man. Super stoked. I finished that book I told you about. It's so fucking good. But yeah, man, hustling, man.